with the crowd.
Howdy do, all my sinners. Never fear, for I is here. Devil made me do it. Back another week in the pub. Let's go around the horn, tell everyone who you are in case they don't know or they're stupid. We'll start off there at the bottom. Cash Kester, tell everyone who he is.
Well, hello, I'm Cash Kester, also known as the Smoky Man for some god-awful reason, but that's my moniker these days. Good to see you.
Nice to have you on. Next up, we got green-haired anti-liberal. She's half asleep.
Yes, I am. I had a very long day at work, but I'm half awake to be here. I mean, happy to be here.
Wake up!
She's got her binky.
Next up, we got Melee K. How's it going, Melee?
Oh, it's going good. Just came off a few-hour conversation about Halo. Made me feel alive and miss the early 2000s. But yeah, Melee K from Melee Games, one half of Melee Games, and also Gal's wifey. That's what's up. Let's go.
Yay!
Happy to be on a stream with you, girl. We're pretty gay together. So
It's true. But
it's
only
gonna be a
for
gay stream. Yes, only for each other. So yeah. I'm looking forward to today. I was here last week, and since then there's been a lot of internet shit that's gone down, and I hope we can deep dive into some of it.
Oh, absolutely. And I guess now the pub is a gay bar, so hey, cool. Next up, we got Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, man?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to BeelzePub, where we're going to sit here and do the things that they usually do, but with me.
Welcome. Next up, we have Sam sitting second seat. Paul will be here later. He had to go to his gynecologist, and so he's going to be
Right.
late. How's it going,
To make
Sam?
it even, it's good. It's going to be less good for Paul when he gets here because I'm warming his seat up and I ain't moving when he comes to sit down. If you know what I mean. You said gay bar, right? No, I'm right. I'm good. It's been kind of a long day too, but I think I'm a little more awake than some of the other panelists, Gal.
You're salty today.
I am. I don't know what the fuck it is either because I've been spouting off like an asshole all day on Twitter.
Sam, I don't get why you hate cats still. We haven't talked about this yet.
Right?
Why do you hate
They
cats?
suck.
You know what? I didn't used to hate cats. Gal's doing a damnedest to make me hate cats. So
You started it.
no.
Yeah.
I fucking made one joke. I made one joke, and you said no.
It's your fucking fault.
You
Fucking
said
fault.
stay out of this, or I will start tagging you. I will start tagging you if you don't stay out of it. I stayed out of it, and you still start tagging me.
You started it.
See what cats do? They cause rifts between friends.
You
They're evil.
vindictive little lesbo.
That's amazing.
You'll get over it.
Oh God, I hate those fucking cats. Anyway,
I'm Samuel, by the way, for those of you who don't know me.
Yeah.
Samuel the Infamous. Look it up. I'm the only one on on YouTube. So
we'll also have Shock coming eventually if he can pull his tampon out called Dermy and get his ass on this show. But otherwise, let's say hi to the chat if you would, Sam, and then we'll start this thing up.
sure thing. So first up, we have in the chat Caucasian Sasquatch, who's up here on the panel with us. Good to see you, brother. Me and Squatch go back a ways. So
that is a damn fine specimen there. I'm not sure who that guy is, but he's great.
He's kind of a dick, though. We have Dom H in the chat. Good to see you, brother.
What's up, Dom?
Hey, Dom.
We got Melee Games. James, how you doing, brother? Been a minute.
What's up?
So we've got speaking of latent Polish, we're gonna. I mean, it's out there now, buddy. It's out there. It's Paul Duke, and he should be joining us at some point.
Are we telling Polak jokes?
Yes. You can definitely tell Polak jokes.
Yeah. Beak, good to see you. All
What's
of
up,
30
Beak?
minutes after the last chat that I saw you in. So good dude. Shows up to everything. We've got Flame Mage with us. Welcome in.
First time, I think, right, man? Welcome.
I think so. Yeah. We have a serious man who is notorious for some of the most horrific memes I have ever seen.
But can we ask a
good work,
question?
dude.
All right, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Why
Okay.
so serious?
He made my favorite meme ever, by the way, of Mace Windu flying out the window with a pickle. That is like the best thing ever, and I look at that
Yeah,
all the time.
It's pretty special. Yeah.
The serious man's awesome.
Yep.
He's a good dude. We also have with us in chat the Smoking Auditor. This is over on Caucasian Sasquatch side. We are restreaming over to his channel as well as to Devil's
Nice.
Twix account and his YouTube. Good to see you, brother. I don't know why you're still
An
up,
auditor.
but
The homie got up to go to the bathroom and was like, "Why is Sasquatch live?"
we have the Clue channel with us. Good to
What's
see you,
up,
my man.
Clue?
He's awesome, dude. And it looks like Dennis Bigfoot. Hello, welcome.
Nice to have you here. And then we
I
got
think
Kaylee.
oh
Keely.
yeah. I don't know. It wouldn't scroll down for me. I thought that was the end of it. But hi, Keely Chow.
That's what she
Roll
said.
Tide. It is. She said she's such a bitch sometimes. And that sets this up to everybody who's currently in chat. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Somebody coming in here. Oh, look who it is.
Late
Oi.
night.
Late and gay as shit.
Shaka Waka.
Yay!
Who are you
I'm with
standing with? You know what? Do I want to know?
MCU's girlfriend
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know
sliding
any
in
of this
on-
lore.
took his bitch.
See, when you say MCU, I think of the entire Marvel universe. And now I'm more
MCU
confused.
fan.
Is that
So
Chris?
here's what I think. All
He's a
right.
snake for Krista.
Here's what I think. Geeks and Gamers used to have this hate watcher called MCU fan who genuinely was like
Go Professor.
mad and like trying to like shit talk and all that. I think when he left, someone just changed their account to MCU fan and just pretended to be the hater for like a whole
You know
year.
that that's Dom's brother, right?
I do know it's Dom's
Okay.
brother, but
Okay.
I still think there was an actual MCU fan and he just copied the account and continued the joke. That's what I think.
We'll never know.
I will get him drunk. All right.
Let's
Fireball,
Hopefully.
really, Cash?
Oh,
what
Earth, are you chugging Fireball?
Fancy
Isn't this
motherfucker.
time going
That's
well?
beautiful,
like
man.
college age
We have-
sophomore
hold on.
girls.
We drank gin and tonics in the fucking Bellagio together,
He-
bro. Why are you drinking Fireball?
He ran
Because
out
I-
of Goldschlager.
I
Damn
spend,
it.
True.
That's
I
oh,
spend my money on my vacations.
I don't care if you're on
fair.
the moon, bro. Shooting fireball straight is wrong. It is
That's
illegal.
right.
Dude, if you're
God
out of
bless America.
Funston, get some Mad Dog like a man.
Bad dog. Jesus
You are a great jelly tomorrow morning.
Oh god.
We
let's
only
not
have
forget. Hey kids.
we we only
Hi,
have
Dr.
cash
Nick.
for about half
All
the
right, I
show.
think I'm
so-
leaving now. I'm obviously not.
I'm out of here.
So I came on the wrong gay bar. No, we only have cash about half the show, so we're gonna go straight to what he wants to talk about.
Straight.
first
I thought we were
discuss-
gay.
We would
Oh,
go
I'm
gay
gay.
before we
make
could
up
be
our
I'm
mind.
late.
Straight or gay will never.
gaily
Uh,
forward.
Cyber Frog and gay.
So, Cash, what do you want to talk about, man? What do you want to bring to the table for discussion?
I mean,
Fireball?
hello. I'm currently the president of the United States, and I'm gonna introduce my vice president, Trump.
Yeah,
let's
go.
I'm gonna
pick.
hail the president of Ukraine, President Putin. I don't know. That's a topic of blah. God, I might be as Germany right now. No,
Oh,
I
you fucking hammered,
I actually
bro.
I found that big boy fucking conference very entertaining.
Yeah, it
I
seemed
didn't
like it. I
Me
didn't
too.
mind.
Dude, that was insane, man. I can't believe he's still doing this shit.
I'm
When's
wanting to
Gavin
do like
Newsom
auto
coming,
tune
man?
remix of it.
Oh God,
I didn't get to see it. I was at work. What happened?
you didn't see any of the clips?
Not great.
No.
Oh, it was
Not great.
terrible.
basically what Cash said is what Biden said. His VP Trump and
No.
introducing the
Legit.
president of Ukraine, President Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what was like, hey,
I
your
heard he
mental
also said that he's
state.
going to
I
All
thought
in the
Cash
same
was
day, no?
joking.
Yeah, same.
This was all in the
conference.
same day.
Press conference. Yeah.
This was
Oh
all in
my
the same
God.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're giving
Yeah.
him too much credit. 15
Bro.
minutes and like 12 minutes.
Hollywood's
Oh, wait,
like turning
credit?
against him. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, that's the weird part, dude, because it's like all of a sudden all the mainstream media and influencers, they all got a fucking raven overnight that says you can now like speak
Start
the truth
talking
about
about
Biden. Except that
Oh, yeah.
one little twink, the Harrison guy.
Harry
He's like,
Sisson.
Harry Sisson.
Grandmaster Pelosi, we got a surrection. I got a raven that said to criticize Lord Trump. This can't be real. And she turns around and she's like, oh, but it is true. It's time to go out with the old and in with the Newsom.
Oh my God.
no,
Bro, he's like, it
It-
can't be real. I can't turn my back on Biden
Yeah.
now. But CNN's like, too late. Fuck Biden.
that Harry kid is like Dermy if he was fucking thin and liberal.
Dermy would
I mean-
fuck him sober.
The fact that his name is Harry is a bit of a misnomer. I don't think he's hit puberty yet.
Right.
I think you're all off base. Pretty sure that's the
he's
trend
still
you're talking about.
He's a tranny.
he's still
He's
waiting
got
for his pubises.
Oh,
He's like,
God.
one day they're gonna come in.
One day.
Wouldn't it
Counting
be
hairs.
nice?
What'd you say?
Count hairs on his chin.
Counting
I got
hairs.
hairy legs. He found
got
out
sick.
the hard way.
You seen they're gluing like fucking he shaves a hold on.
Yeah.
Damn messages. Who would be messaging me this late anyway? No, he shaves like
Oh,
a
I'm
fucking
gonna take that.
That used to be
One
the
of-
song on my aunt when you would call her. Remember back in the day, you'd choose a song to wait to when you called me.
It's stuck in my head now.
Remember
I just-
voicemails with songs too, where people would like record a whole
Yes.
thing off the radio?
Oh, I
that was
did
great.
that. I was so cringe. I did the like, hello.
Oh no!
Oh,
you
that's
didn't.
great, dude. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm not here.
I did it.
I got
No,
that beat. I got it
Yeah.
beat hands down. So I had an answering machine on landline long after the rest of y'all moved the fuck on with cell phones and shit. And so I got a bunch of my friends together and recorded different parts and stuff and put them all together. And there were sounds of gunshots and flames and sirens and shit.
my.
And it all basically, so when it'd be like, leave a message at the tone, beep. And then, oh my God, they got Pablo. They got Pablo.
Oh, shit.
Fire back. Oh, we're getting killed down
Oh, my
here.
God.
Ah, and then, you know.
It's like War of the Worlds.
All right. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember the electronic answering machines that came through, so you could like permanently record a message and no one
Mhm.
could change
Yeah,
it on you?
golden finger.
I don't.
A friend of mine, an ex-girlfriend of mine I was still living with at the time, bought one of these, and she comes in, she sets it down on the table, and her new boyfriend had been gone for 2 days, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna record my message, nobody mess with it. So I grab all the guys, we go back to the kitchen to let her do her thing, when I hear Jesse walk in screaming, hey man, I got me an 8-ball. And you can hear it in the machine. You hear the 8-ball hit the table.
God, that's amazing.
Oh God!
It's perfect. I love that.
I had a cousin who sung on his answering machine.
Oh no!
Have you guys ever heard? Well, I'm sure Sam and Squatch have
No.
the Greatest American Hero theme.
Oh yeah, my ex-wife
I
loves that show.
should know this. Hold on.
He
I
had
should
the
know this.
message that it went, believe it or not, I can't
Yes!
answer the phone. Straight
All
up.
right, I know
Fucking
that
kept
from.
it for the longest time. It was,
Was that
fucking great.
before Seinfeld or after Seinfeld? Believe it or
Before,
not. Or jizzing
way
at
before. It was
home.
like an 80s TV show.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah,
That.
he was a funny dude too. But he did it.
That's kind of cool, actually. I'm
I ain't
like
got that kind of balls. But
Yeah.
My
So
brother
this-
had one of the best ones.
what was it?
My brother had one of the best answer machines, which was How am I doing? Good enough to fuck your mother.
This is your doctor.
You have chlamydia, sir. I would advise not.
Now I'm gonna have to talk to my mother about her potential infections.
I said brother.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's an interesting conversation too. I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig.
Boy, you sure do got a pretty mouth.
You sure do got a pretty mouth.
You look like a daddy.
Just don't be Ned Beatty and you're good.
Oh man. So Biden has this thing, flubs up once again. I talked about this on Wrong Think 2 weeks ago or whatever. Who do you guys think they're gonna replace him with if they're gonna replace him? Just off the top of your head.
Newsom.
I
don't know how. It's just I don't see any other Democrat who actually has a chance other than him.
Where's Michelle
I
Obama
said
this
this last week.
Big Mike.
You
I
say
don't know where
Biden
Big Mike is.
say Biden correctly.
I think Big Mike's playing the long game. He's gonna wait till after.
The very long game.
Big Mike 2030, is that what we're looking at?
That's what we're looking at. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna kick Ron DeSantis' ass. Unfortunately,
He was only going to jump in if we got the transgender thing even more normalized than they were trying to do, you know.
I feel like him and Obama wrestled for it, and Obama clearly lost because she's not running.
Well, I know there's a big push right now for like we got to have our first black woman president and all that. But even if Big Mike wins, you still won't have a woman president.
That's what I was saying. Yes, with a fucking asterisk on that thing.
I mean,
So is everyone saying that we're
dude's
gonna
hang down?
Are we gonna hopscotch past Kamala? Is that kind of the theory?
Oh yeah.
I'm
They can.
Canadian. I only understand.
All right, here's the thing.
I don't think they can.
Kamala has to be Biden's VP, or else Biden can't run. But Kamala has no chance. That's kind of
she has
the game board right now.
She has no chance, but the thing is, like I said, by skipping over her, you would have the far left lose their mind because
Biden
you would be
couldn't run if
passing
he
over a
dropped
black
Kamala.
woman
Couldn't
for
do it.
a straight white man. They would lose their shit.
But when she was a senator or whatever she was before VP, she was an Indian.
No, she was attorney general. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
she was attorney general of California. Then she became VP essentially.
She was an Indian woman then, but now she's a black woman.
Right, because
There's always been black in her. Have you seen her at the club?
Well, I mean,
Ask Montel Williams.
Them
about
bees
6 inches to 8 inches of black in her.
8 inches of DNA.
I will apologize for that one.
Is that what happened to the cook?
He set me up.
She'd be the first if she got in, the first president to take their inaugural speech on her knees. No, I just don't know how they would try to get around her. I agree with you 100% that Newsom would be a much easier candidate for them because the women will vote for him just because they think he's cute.
Easily never Trump will vote. If you don't like Trump, you'll vote for him regardless.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how they can pass up Kamala without causing, like I said, some bigger rift to form. And right now,
Newsom
the only way they have
on the East Coast. He doesn't poll well on the East Coast at all. Newsom is not liked on the East Coast, even by liberals, for whatever reason.
I
don't think it's going to matter. I think that he's going to find the votes somewhere.
Like in
never
the
Trumpers, bro.
In the middle of the night, yeah, when nobody's looking.
Because if they were to debate,
Bump.
if they were to debate, because Newsom does that thing where he's like, guys, California's economy stayed above inflation, yada, yada, yada. It's like, yeah, because California makes a shit ton of money, but also you spend a shit ton of money. So it actually doesn't like add up. And that's why the economy is still as bad as it is in California. But black and white, he can say these things that can actually rival a Republican like Donald Trump, and you'll get the never Trumpers. You'll get the people in the middle. The anti-vote for Trump is much more palatable if you're voting for Newsom instead of Hillary, who was like actively trying to take guns and do a bunch of dumb shit towards the end of her actual like candidacy.
I don't know. I just don't think people are aware of Newsom, and I'm sure at this point Trump's people are like getting every bit of information they can on him, dirt, in case he does jump in. He does not have a good record. He like the stuff he's done in California has fucked it up so bad, but not just that, like stuff he did when he was like mayor of San Francisco. I don't know, Shock, you might be able to remember the bill. California has been going towards gay marriage for a long time, way before the Supreme Court put their 2 cents worth in. We were heading there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it got shot down by Obama.
Yeah. And then Newsom in San Francisco said, we're just going to make gay marriage legal. And we don't care what you like about it. He went on TV and said, it's happening. Get used to it. And what it ended up doing was causing a backlash that pushed California away from gay marriage. We passed a bill. I can't remember what it's called. But essentially, it said that gay marriage would never be legal in California. They had to fight that. It took hundreds of millions of dollars, fought that all the way up to the Supreme Court over like 10 years, I think, to get it there, for them to say it was illegal to have that law, and it got shot down. And that all happened because Newsom had to sit there and fucking, say, we're going to do it and you can go fuck yourself. It was heading that way anyway. Another year or two and it would have been voted in. But because of that, there was a backlash that, and then the Supreme Court made their opinion and it didn't really matter. But he just is this arrogant asshole who does stuff without fucking, considering anything. So I think there's a lot of dirt that can be brought up on him. And I think Trump's people are probably really digging already.
Yeah, same thing with like the homeless people. Like he's been promising to end homelessness since like 2003, and it just keeps getting worse. But when has like actual Democrats been exposed to their lies by normies? Like look at the Trump and Biden debate. Everyone loves to freak out over the things that Trump never said, but Biden literally he brought up the illegal immigrant that sexually assaulted the younger person, right? Mm-hmm. And he said that doesn't matter because there are tons of uncles, family members that also sexually harm little girls. So, yeah, that was his point. No one clips that out of context. No one freaks out about that. So it doesn't matter how much dirt you find on Newsom. Normal people are still going to anti-vote Trump with him. I just don't buy the East polls.
But I
agree. Here's an angle that I haven't heard a lot of people talking about. I mean, I could be completely off base here, but we've all seen the exodus from California in the last 4 years specifically. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but a lot of people are cutting and running, and they're going out to other states, typically red states, right? And they're filling up places there. They're buying up property. They're moving in. It occurs to me that there is an invasion at the southern border, but nobody's thinking that there may be an invasion from California. What's going to happen down the road, right? Come November, come 2028 and all that stuff. Is it possible that there's some kind of like, coordinated thing going on where all these people go out there saying all the right things. Oh, we're sick of this. We're sick of Newsom. We're sick of California. We're sick of the destructive stuff. But they're fully intending to vote his way in these red states to kind of turn the tide.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I totally agree with that. This looks like the situation. It's like a plan.
Yeah.
The liberals, those people from California, they are not moving to New York. They're not moving to cities in Pennsylvania or cities in Wisconsin. They're moving to some random podunk town with good internet, with their tech money and their voting practices.
That's what I'm saying. You look at the actual like maps that they do where you've got like say it shows California and there's this like bunch of little dots and stuff like that, and then those dots start spreading out to the east, to the other parts of the country, typically to those places we discussed. If you look at the pattern with which they are moving, it very much looks like an army marching across the country.
Liberalism is a cancer. All it can do is spread.
I think a lot of those California liberals are moving to areas like Austin that are still going to vote blue regardless. So I do think it cancels each other out in a way.
Well, here's the thing. After everyone leaves California, conservatives come on in. We'll take this freaking state back. You know? Why not?
There's too much sun in California. Fuck that.
There's just they dominate like ballot harvesting, dude. That's what like they are insane with ballot harvesting. They count their stuff like a week later and all that stuff. Every election, dude, there's always videos of people with mail bags going through like the votes and stuff like that, you know? And they've always been cheating. Like it doesn't matter. Like no one votes in California. Like no one actually cares about politics in California. Believe it or not. Like progressive or not, or secretly, that's the thing. Like California Republicans make a lot of money and they're too afraid to admit that they don't like paying taxes. That's what it is. No one votes in California. It's all just cheating.
I do.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hopefully, I won't be here forever. Yeah, I'm the only one. It's like I'm the only conservative voting. Everybody else is liberal. They're like, "Who the fuck's this one dude? He needs to shut the fuck up."
You got scared Republican friends. Like, hey, what you do is great, man, but I got a family and I'm busy and I work and I make a lot of money and I'm trying to get my daughter into Berkeley. And it's like, how the fuck are you listening to Trump rallies and you still want to take your daughter to Berkeley? What are you doing?
My sister went to Berkeley.
I know she did, because you're from California. You tried. Your family, every family tries to get into Berkeley, and it's like, why? What are you doing?
We don't agree on everything. Trust me. In fact, like we literally had an argument because I had to borrow her car the other day, and she has a lanyard on it that is a rainbow.
I was gonna say gay.
She's gay.
So that's funny.
Yeah.
She is
and yes. And so I took it off because I was like, I ain't fucking walking around with a goddamn rainbow lanyard.
You're walking with God.
And she got all fucking pissed about it. I was like, look, I don't fucking make you. If I had a Trump lanyard, I wouldn't make you fucking wear it if you ain't fucking repping him. So I ain't gonna walk around with a gay fucking lanyard, fucking having to explain to people. No, trust me, it's not me. It's not me, guys.
No, you're the bigot and they're the tolerable ones, right? It's the opposite, dude. God.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
since she's okay.
I just real quick, I got to say this every once in a while. So tolerance is just putting up with shit you don't like. That's all it is. It's all it's ever been. Tolerance doesn't mean you have to love it or embrace it or fall in line or any of that shit. It just means that you're not actively trying to end it. That's it.
Tolerance is a choice, not if it's forced upon you, it's not tolerance.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's called oppression.
Yep.
Real oppression, by the way.
Real oppression.
All right. Since she's probably gonna dip out because she's a loser. Gal, what do you want to talk about?
Are you sleepy weepies?
Yeah.
Oh, make yourself some sleepy nighttime tea.
Good to sleep. Good
Not
to
helping, dude.
I brought it up in the regulars chat, and it's an interesting conversation, I feel like, to have. Do you hear your own thoughts?
Yes, I do it.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd stick with this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do people not?
Yes, and they're fucking. They
really
need to
don't.
be exterminated.
There's
Of
no
course I hear
sound
my own
inside your
fucking
head.
voice.
There's no sound inside your head. How do you hear yourself?
You can
I don't
still hear
fucking
it.
know.
You have
I'm
internal
just
monologue.
telling you
Hear it.
shit.
I don't hear like
there
when
are
I'm
people-
thinking to myself, when I'm thinking to myself about anything, not speaking a word.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to hear. So no, I don't hear my own voice.
Oh no, you're
Go
one
ahead,
of those
Kat.
people.
Yeah, you
Oh,
read
okay.
books. So what
Yeah.
do you do when you read those books? Do you hear anything in your head?
No.
What?
Words.
What?
Oh no, she's one of those. She's
There's
one
no
of them.
hearing anything.
No,
She's a lizard person.
she's one
Then
of
No.
them.
you're
Fucking
doing it wrong,
what?
Gal, because
No, she's
They're
a
not
gorilla.
real.
How
It
do you
makes
process
sense.
books when you read them?
Okay, Hold on.
She's
Like,
gonna
what
read.
happened?
No,
Hold
she's
on,
playing
hold on.
word games, is what she's doing right now.
Hold on. Let me save her. All right, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
In your head,
Mm-hmm.
can you visualize an apple?
Yes.
Can you visualize an apple?
Yes.
How do you see it?
Can you
I'm
see
not
the
saying I
apple?
can see it.
Oh, fucking A. You can't see the apple.
Hold on.
What does visual mean to you? Visual means vision.
No, I've told Tiff this. My sister.
But it's not actually there.
But you can see it.
Yes.
Can you see
No.
it?
I can visualize it.
Can you
Here,
change
hold on.
it from red to green?
When you hear when you are thinking of a song, think of a song. Can you hear that song playing in your head? You can't hear like the song playing, like think about what it sounds like.
I can think about what it sounds like, but I'm not actually hearing it.
Yeah, you are. You know, just because
No,
you're
I
not
can
hearing
think
the
about
sound
what it
outside your
sounds
head,
like.
you can hear inside your head what the
You
voice
can't
sounds
hear
like and
anything
stuff you're
inside
hearing.
your head, though.
Yes, you can. It's
Yes,
not
you
about the
can.
auditory canals. That is
All right.
one function that allows you to hear
Let me try.
certain sounds. Yes, but you
Okay.
can. There are other ways of hearing, gal, and other ways of listening.
Oh
Seth,
no!
go ahead, Seth,
You're
coach.
one of those people.
All right. Do you remember when you were a child
No.
and your mother would call at you, or your father or your brother would call at you, some very specific memory, a specific event that you specifically remember?
You don't know me well enough, but details in my memory, they don't get along.
I can
Oh,
understand
wow.
that. What I'm saying, there is not a single detail from all of your history that you can clearly remember, and I am calling bullshit.
Me too.
I mean,
Kel,
there's
play
things
here.
that I can remember, yeah.
There's nothing nostalgic that you can like feel and sense and see in your mind.
There is, like, I can visualize it, but I'm not actually seeing it.
Okay.
in the
Okay.
moment.
Okay. You
He's
first.
held
Adam.
up on the like.
Okay. So here we were thinking we were going to have a nice little existential conversation about
Wait
the
a
nature
fucking
of
hour
hour,
never
still,
happened.
Tiff.
And now she's just like, oh no, I mean like the very literal definition of hearing that only
Oh.
involves using
Well, 'cause
ears
you
and the
can't
transmission
actually
of
hear
sound
it.
through air.
I
You're
said
not actually
Yes, you can.
visualize.
Yes, you can. And here's why. Yes, you can. And here's why. Kel's absolutely right about this. When you hear something, right, the air, the sound passes over the air, it tickles the inside of your inner ear, and it transmits information to your brain where it is processed and comes out as what you would
Yes.
recognize as sound. Until that happens, you can't hear that either. So everything that happens in your brain when you're thinking, right, creates those same kind of reactions from your brain. It doesn't matter that it didn't pass through your ears. The same thing is happening inside your head as if someone had spoken outside of it. You are hearing it.
We're gonna fix you, Tiff. Don't worry.
No, she's fucked. It's time to bury her. Hey, Tiff, there's a beautiful sunset behind you. I want you to go look at it.
Yeah, look at the flowers. Look at the
Don't worry.
flowers.
Just think about the rabbits, honey. Just think about the rabbits.
You're a very good girl. Tiff, you're good.
Okay, you're gonna have to find a new wifey. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I can't give up on you, wifey.
And love him
No.
and hold him and love him.
Maybe
Kay's
I've
gonna
got-
take you to a healer in the mountains and care.
Yeah.
I
Gal and I are going to be offline for a little bit, folks. We're going to have to run away for a few
Oh,
weeks so I can fix
no.
this, and then
No,
we'll
no.
come back.
Hold on to this jewel while we throw holy water on you.
All you have to do is walk around behind her, being her inner monologue. Just say the things that she's doing, like a life narrator.
Be the Lord, yeah.
Can you hear this, Tiff? Can you hear this? Say you can hear it.
Cal, seriously, I hear Static's voice in my head when I read his comments.
Yes.
Like anyone I've ever
Mhm.
been on stream with or I've watched a stream of, if they're in my chat, I'm able to be like, okay, yeah, that's what they sound like.
So you're
God,
remembering
that must be a nightmare.
That's what they sound
But
like.
I have a question.
Yes.
Other than
remembering.
Gal,
What?
does
How do you-
anyone else hear Morgan Friedman narrating your internal monologue?
Not unless I'm thinking about Morgan Freeman.
Takes extra
Like
energy.
I've actually had that happen. Like it's not all the time. It's not all the time, but I have sat there.
It's not
and
all the
said,
time, guys.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
God's talking to you.
The man's a treasure. Shut up.
Yeah, he is.
No, I know because I hear music in my head all the time. And anyone who knows me, y'all know me. I sing all the time. I'm just an idiot about it. So when I hear music, 6 hours later, I'm still in my head hearing that music playing. And so I would say, yeah, you can hear intertone monologue. You can hear music playing in your head and stuff. I think you're just being too literal, you weirdo.
You're not actually hearing it. You're
We know
remembering
Static
it
said it.
or
Static said it.
imagining it.
When you
You
talk
were being
to
too
yourself,
literal with the concept.
when you talk to yourself though, like how do you communicate with yourself? How do you figure out your thoughts? In
Tiff
your
does
head.
sign language.
Huh? Sorry.
I write them out.
No. Like you're on the freeway. You're on the freeway and you're like, do I take the 22 or do I take the 87? In your brain, how do you work that out with yourself?
She's listening to Google.
I remember.
No. If you had to remember which street do I take? Is it First Street or is it Main Street? How do you talk that out with yourself? You don't have an actual voice in your head.
You think it.
Yes, but you think that inner voice. You have an inner monologue that
Word games.
explains what you're thinking. Your brain says to you, you say to yourself in your mind, oh, I keep forgetting. Is it Main Street or First Street? You don't just compute this like you're a computer. You're a human with a soul, god damn it.
Is she though?
Are you sure?
I don't know.
But it's literal silence when you think of something.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
it is.
not.
Cash,
though.
did you come in twice, dude? Why is there another one of you?
What happened?
Huh?
We have
There's
two
two
Cashes.
backstage.
Oh,
He hasn't been
oh,
drunk
she's
yet
on the
on the
phone.
other
This happens when you're on the phone
This
and
happens
it
at
kicks
class.
you
Oh.
out.
Drop the unmuted one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I got rid of the right one. I don't know, Cash might feel like I never know.
Should be.
All right, so I don't know if Tiff is just fucking with us because she's not to
No.
be trusted.
Like,
I
I
have
can
a
understand
friend.
what you guys are saying, but you're not actually hearing it.
I think
Or
you're being
I'm not.
intentionally too literal for the conversation we're having, rendering yourself an NPC in everyone else's eyes for the sake of being different. I don't understand why.
I don't
I-
consider that
I-
being an
I-
NPC.
I don't believe you when you say so. There are two options, and you need to remind yourself which one's the correct option. You need to, use logic. Your brain doesn't automatically compute it. When you think, you need to communicate with yourself. How do you do that without actually talking out loud? You do it within your head.
Yeah, you think the words, the conversation.
So-
Yes. Okay. So you
Okay.
can visualize and think words, and you communicate with yourself by visualizing those words.
But you're not hearing it. It's
You're
not-
hearing
you are
it inside your head.
communicating
Maybe
with
you're
a
not.
visual
Maybe you're
conscience.
not.
Are you
Sorry,
communicating with your visual conscience? Is that because you may be a more creative left brain kind of person where you visualize things more than you can actually hear and comprehend things? If you comprehend things through visually, do you visually think things more than you actually talk to yourself like maybe most of us do?
Yeah, I don't really talk to myself. And yes, I visualize things.
But you
Okay.
can't visualize an apple in your head turning red to green.
So I can imagine that, yes, because it's not actually happening. Like I
What's
can
the
visualize
difference
it.
between
I'm not actually
visualize and
seeing
imagine?
it.
What's the difference between visualizing and imagining?
When it comes to your brain, there is no difference between seeing an apple and imagining it in your head. It's responding in the exact same way.
I have a
Okay.
better question. What about your dreams?
That's what I was wondering too, but I don't want to bombard her.
Sorry.
Like,
I'm
what?
fine.
Like,
Hey,
what?
she
Like,
brought
how
this
do
shit up,
dreams
and she's
work
been
for you?
bombarding me with cats, so fuck it.
I'm perfectly fine. I brought this up. Like, so what about dreams? Sorry.
Well, you sidestepped my memory.
She wants to know if she's in them.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
dreams, do you picture yourself doing these things, or are you the person doing the things in the dream? Do you ever have a third person experience where you witness yourself having some experience, or are you always the meat robot walking along in the dream? And can you control that activity to any extent?
I don't think I've ever been like watching from above. Like it's always me that's in the dream.
Okay.
I get that, but what I'm saying, you've never seen yourself do stuff. You've always been the one doing it.
Yeah, I can't think of a dream where I saw myself doing it, seen myself doing it.
So you dream in first person, not third person shooters.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. Kind of interesting.
So this is the thing. So there's a lot of
Sometimes.
different people, and some people's brains work very differently. There are some people who cannot visualize words. There are other people who cannot think in color. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like there are variations between people,
Oh.
and I think there might be something fundamentally going on
Vakash.
here. Because I hear shit in my head. I see shit in my head, and it's in full fucking color and surround sound. I don't, it just is what it is.
Well, yeah, some people can't like have instructions. Like they can't have a set of instructions and read them and even comprehend them. They need to visualize what they do with muscle memory. Like a lot of people that work construction, like, hey, I can't just read something. I just need to visualize things that remind me what to do, because they physically need to see something to comprehend it. Like it's left brain and right brain.
Here's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I acknowledge that people's brains work different ways.
Some people are retarded. It's okay.
Shut up, Stubby.
What? I think that was more, his insult was more directed to me, not you.
No, it's him, because now I know he's upset about being called short. So it's
I'm
Stubby.
fucking 6'5" and proud, bitch.
In those dreams we were talking about. No, each person's brain works differently. It's like I've said, if I read something, it doesn't stick in my head. I don't just, hey, what's up, sheep? I don't just not read because my dyslexia, and so I can read. I just read slow, but I don't read because it doesn't stay in my head. If I read a manual, I can't fix shit. You show me how to fix something, I can fix it.
Or like, what if the part had like a mascot on it? You know what I mean? Like you could remember, you could visualize like the emblem of something and remember how to do it, versus actually remembering the instructions. Like you need something physical for you to remember it, and the muscle memory will come to you. Does that make sense?
I learn visually. Visually, and I can hear it. That's why when Tiff reads on Cooking the Books, I can remember the book she's reading to me. If I was reading that book 5 minutes after I'm done with the chapter, I wouldn't be able to remember a damn thing about it. It's just how my brain works. It's the reason I've always listened to audiobooks. If I listen to any books, it's the reason I like her show, is because she reads books that I would have probably read if I actually could read and have it retained. So I get how each person's brain works a different way, and so maybe Gal's just broken in that way.
Maybe a serious man is correct and Gal's a fucking replicant.
I have a friend who's just like Tiff. Or we've had the same conversation where I'm like, dude,
Isn't
so
Tiff
like
your friend? I mean,
yeah, of course we're friends. I'm saying like I like he was a dude. Yeah, another friend. He was a dude, and I'm just like, wait, so you don't like think to yourself? It's like, yeah, what do you mean? Like things happen and they happen, but I'm like, you don't like think in your head, hey, this happened, and he's like, no, it just happened. Nothing happens in my head. Things happen and I react to them. And I'm like,
about the reading thing, I can read something and not understand it, but just having read it and years later encounter something that is analogous to the situation I read and will remember that part of the book. You might say something that will trigger a memory in my brain of the 4 paragraphs about a particular story or something, you know, and it is maddening to live inside this madness when you say something that reminds me of a book and a movie and a short story, and it's the same phrase.
It's madness, John. It truly is. It's madness. They're out there.
So y'all just talk to yourselves in your head?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, I'm not saying that I don't. Like, I think about things.
Yeah.
And
What
like, I
happens
might
when
even
you think about that?
How do you think though if you can't converse with your inner state being? I'm running out of fancy words, Samuel. Please help me.
He's not wrong. So like, this is something that I've noticed too, is that people who think different ways, right, who do not think the same way, often have a very, very hard time understanding how someone who thinks differently than they do thinks that way. Like it's beyond your comprehension because it's totally alien and outside of your own experience, which may be what we're running up against here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like, okay, so evolution, like let's think like on an evolutionary like term, right? Is being able to have that inner monologue with yourself increase or decrease your odds of survival?
Wouldn't it increase your survival because you're able to like work through problems?
That's what
You
I
can
would
plan a delayed gratification and create a strategy that may work in the future, but Gal will immediately respond to a static circumstance that is occurring, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm thinking.
You'll see
too.
something about to happen and start doing something to either change it or meet the threat or whatever it is. But Gal will respond in the moment in the proper way because that is what you do. When happens.
But you assume the assumption is that she'll respond the proper way. Isn't it just as likely that she'll do something that like upon reflection go, maybe it wasn't the best thing, you know?
That sounds like animal instincts though. It doesn't sound human. No offense to it. I didn't mean it like
dog. It's just
brutal.
Responses like a monkey.
Just starts flinging shit.
It's only bad if it's someone else's shit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Please fling no shit at me. No one.
But yes, Gal, we a lot of us hear our own voices in our heads when we are thinking. Yes, this is a fact. It's only crazy if you're hearing other people's voices in your head telling you to do crazy shit.
Yeah, hold on. Totally.
Yeah, don't do that. Like, it's just,
you mean like Morgan Freeman?
Yes, that's like Morgan Freeman. If God is talking to you, something may be off.
Do not take your foot off the gas pedal.
As he was walking down the highway, he immediately noticed that there was a speeding car approaching.
Oh, I want you to be my inner monologue. That's sexy.
They always call him the white Morgan Freeman.
Hey, dude, he sounds like it.
Dude.
Well, I was going to make that comment earlier.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
We used to throw around the phrase in regards to Caucasian Sasquatch as having the sexiest voice on the internet.
Yeah, he does.
It's up there.
That or Mazza.
I do a pretty good Alex Jones, and it's a little disturbing.
Oh,
so
do it.
Prepare yourself.
I'm ready.
First of all, what you've got to do is make sure you turn all the progs gay so we know exactly where they're all going to be. You're going to be in California doing exactly the thing Gavin Newsom wants them to do.
What about the globalists, Alex?
All the globalists need to eat your face off.
No!
So one night I'm on a panel with some folks, and this dude who does Hank Hill flawlessly came up, and Alex Jones and Hank Hill started talking about how propane was turning the frogs gay, and we were both drunk as sailors.
I don't know about turning the propane, but it's a clean burn in hell. I'll tell you what.
Here you go, Chief City.
I hope they all burn.
There's the assailant.
Said it. Yeah.
I am under the influence.
Of what, Mazda?
I am the
I said
Alright.
second. Number one is Sasquatch.
All right. It's because he's probably gonna be too drunk to tell us here in a minute. Why don't you go next, Shock? What do you want to talk about?
Is it Tiff's bedtime, or do we wake you
No,
up
well,
from
I
the
mean,
madness?
I mean, it woke me up, but I'm probably gonna head out here in like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I gotta find the thing I wanted to talk about.
You're gonna turn into a
Y'all
pumpkin?
can still like berate me if you want more time.
Oh, we will.
What are your final thoughts on all this, though? Like we've just been like, yeah.
Well, I
She
feel like
doesn't
when
have
people in the
thoughts.
chat,
Oh.
right? I feel like people in the chat. There was something that someone said. New York Outcasts. In some cases, it prepares you for the worst case. You already have a plan to limit damage. Like it's not like I don't think things out ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have something of a monologue.
I'm just.
You are preparing yourself for future events inside your own skull by visualizing the things that may or may not happen. This is called worry. And it's a critical part of human structure.
If you
But
can't
I'm not
imagine
hearing
but you can't imagine in your brain you saying, "Oh fuck, something's gonna happen."
I can imagine that just fine. So it's not like with my voice.
Oh my gosh.
It's soundless. It's just
Bruh.
thoughts.
Are we getting hung up on definitions?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, she is speaking highly literally just to annoy you.
It's not just to annoy.
Morgan.
It's just the truth.
Look at that! Look at that! The shit-eating grin she's had on her face since this
Yeah.
conversation started.
This is the
proves
pleasure
it.
of a troll. Right here. She's
Bear
trolling.
with me.
And she knows
She
it. And
is.
she knows she's
does.
busted and won't come off it. She's gonna double down. Watch.
She gonna double down.
I'm not trolling you guys. I'm just saying
I'm sure.
you're
You
not
sound like Foxy.
hearing it.
Oh no.
I'm not trolling.
I'm not trolling you. Little Miss Contrarian, I see. Little Miss
It's just how I am.
She got to
With
live her
this
truth.
Particular
Yeah.
topic. It just doesn't make sense to me when people say that they hear themselves. And like, even when you have a memory of something, you're just remembering it. You're not actually hearing it because you can't hear it. You're not in that moment anymore.
Literal.
Yeah.
Literal.
I just
An odd flex, but okay, go with it. Run. Double down.
so hold on. What is more accurate to you? That you instinctively always do what you're thinking, or you can imagine what you think without hearing it?
What? What was your question?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Well,
Yeah, you got
she's
me too,
confusing. It's not my fault. This is hard. You try doing this. Okay. Instinctively, are you able to always act like? God, I forgot how I wanted to word it. Like when the situation happens, do you always just know how you're going to react? Like, do you react more instinctively, or are you able to like be aware of your thoughts on something? I don't even fucking know anymore. I think you're fucking with me. I don't understand how you don't talk. This doesn't make sense to me. I need help. I need to know.
I'm telling you, man. Look at this. Look at her. She's having way too much fun.
Shock's gonna be fucked up for weeks about this.
You've drawn me to the bottle, you Reg. I don't even want to remember this conversation.
If I
This
didn't
would be
have
a
work
good one
tomorrow,
to,
I'd drink
pick
too.
up.
God damn.
Okay, Shock, what's your topic?
Okay,
Change it up.
the left can meme, and I just set you in the private chat.
Yeah, do you want me to show this? Because I really don't want to.
You don't want to? Okay, fine. Then
It-
show this. Did
Like-
anyone see that like YouTube cartoon that Dave Rubin did called, what was it called again? Shit.
We don't know. We're asking you.
Ah.
Right? This is your topic. Come prepared to class.
I am very unprepared.
I'm new here. I brought a topic.
All right, the new norm. That's what it's called. Have you seen
Okay.
this commercial or the cartoon? The new
Yeah,
norm?
I'll show this. Even though have they been copyright hitting people for it?
You don't have to play it. It just like
Okay,
if once you see it, you'll know what it is. Everyone like cringed out of their mind out of how terrible this was.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, I wish it was funny because
Yeah.
I'm not against the idea, and I'm not against the right having a humorous cartoon that's kind of like Family Guy, a little edgy and stuff. This just ain't it. It just wasn't. None of it was funny. Yeah,
it was.
This
so
is a bunch
bad.
of liberals sitting around thinking about what right-wing people would think were funny.
Good.
These are the same
Yeah.
people that are making Family Guy, turning around and going, let's make something to steal money from those Republicans. And then they try this mess. They can't meme. The left cannot meme. And that's what you're witnessing with this show.
But the thing is that these are air quote Republicans. It's Larry Elder and Dave Rubin.
Rhinos.
Yeah.
And here's someone that I do like is Awakening with JP. He's a YouTuber. If you don't know who he is,
awesome.
He's great. He did the if vegans acted like if meat eaters acted like vegans.
Yeah.
He is so funny and he like helped write this. And I'm just like, dude, you're an actual funny person with legit conservative policies. How are you not helping the show actually be funny? This is so sad.
Money changes, man.
Are there any
Money
good
Room, dude.
parts in it that are actually?
No.
I used to be a young black woman.
We can watch it if you guys want. Like I said, I watched it and I didn't find any of it even.
Here's the thing. This show is a bottle episode. They don't actually change scenes. They don't set up any jokes. It's literally everything that happened through the last 4 or 5 years. They just make reference to it. It's punchline after punchline after punchline after punchline.
It's Family Guy.
And it's Family Guy, and they dare compare themselves to South Park. And it's like, you didn't even set up a B plot. It's just a monologue of me not liking progressive stuff.
I can't wait for the real South Park to eviscerate him.
Oh, me too. Yeah, you can pause here and there.
The new norm.
New norm. Yeah, I know.
It's
lazy. It's rushed.
Yeah, it's like seriously a beer with fucking rainbows on it. It's like that's not even creative, dude.
He's like, my beer's gay.
I think she's right. Is if they really want to do like the anti-woke fucking cartoon that's not politically correct, what they need to do is just not be political. They just need to focus on being actually funny.
Being cool.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was agreeing with Sheep.
Do you guys sorry, go for it.
I was going to say they missed the golden opportunity with the Budweiser. They have something in the news that is this kind of touch point for what's happening in our society and shit with Budweiser, and instead they went with a rainbow colored fucking beer can. It just
well,
like
I
I
mean,
said,
depending on who it was, they might be one of the ones that were like, we can end this cancellation because my stocks. Oh, I mean,
yes. Oh my god, you don't think Dave
possible.
Rubin doesn't have Anheuser-Busch stocks? Absolutely, he does. Yep. Have you guys? So I think it was Samuel's point. Did you guys watch Freedom Tunes or no?
Yeah.
I love Freedom Tunes.
The anti-woke dog thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
That was so funny.
So good. And then
you can play it real quick, dude. He won't copyright you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Seamus Coughlin is usually really
put it in the private chat. I'll play anything.
Okay, because his idea was to put progressive people in the cartoon, but the main character is too cool. And that's the joke. It's like, hey, no one gives a shit about your progressive stuff. Not a monologue preaching to you, because then you turn into the word air quote anti-woke. And anti-anything is just as bad as being progressive. Let me find this. Yeah, dude, the anti-woke dog is so funny.
So while you're
Can we just be normal?
Yeah.
Cash just like dipped out. He didn't even put in that private chat like I'm gonna go, guys, or anything. He just
out.
He might have I don't know.
Whenever you need to go, Tiff, just say, I'm going to go.
I'm just curious.
I'm gonna come.
Why is it? I've been thinking about
You,
it.
you
What's
could do
wrong
it like Bilbo did. I'm going now.
I'm going now. What are you gonna say, Tiff?
And she's
Well-
the same height, so.
I think you have nothing, so
Wait, Gal, how tall are you? If you don't
Dude,
mind.
she's fucking
Hobbit size.
short.
How much?
Dude.
What?
5'1.5".
I'm shorter than you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two
my
hobbits on the panel.
God.
Yeah. I'm 4'10".
What?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Melee Games, will you be my friend? My mother told me I needed a little friend.
Perfect. I'll be your little hobbit friend. There you go.
What?
5'10".
Can I braid your toe hairs?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Let's go on adventure. What was Tiff gonna say? Sorry.
I'm going on an adventure.
I am 17 inches taller than Kay.
Oh God, that's a lot, is it?
God damn.
Yeah, I'm 6'5".
It's a foot and a
Holy
half.
shit.
That's impossible. I'm 6'5".
Well, so is Dermy.
Fuck.
Shock is not 6'5", just so everyone's aware.
Everyone's gonna take 5 inches off of what you say anyway, so
Shock is 3'7".
that's my logic.
He's 3'7". He looks like Willow.
I'm actually standing on this chair.
Let me get past the commercial.
Oh god.
Oh, but I don't see
Yeah.
a problem with me being literal.
Oh, are we back to this?
Well,
This
no,
is
it
about
Why is anyone have a problem with that? What?
the conscience stuff? Or are we talking about the
Yeah.
cartoon?
So
Oh,
like
okay.
the thing, like what's wrong with being literal about it?
There's nothing wrong with being literal, but there are
But
places
I-
in conversations where it doesn't work. Like it's very difficult to have a conversation about anything that's metaphysical or not necessarily like in the five senses purview with someone who is 100% literal all the time.
I think we're also curious how you could
That was way more
In-
intense than I thought it would be.
immediately have the
him.
instinct to know what you're thinking when something's happening,
All right.
when all of us need to actually talk with ourselves to know what we would think when things come up.
But how
No. Trained response. She has had enough experience in her life with unexpected things that she has trained herself to respond in certain beneficial ways. It's not random. I know you're thinking, well, she meets a new situation, but no, she has had similar experiences in her past that guides her on her future instinctive reaction. It's like hitting a knee with a rubber hammer and it kicks out. Same thing.
So you
Yeah,
like
yeah.
plan out possible scenarios in life
Yes.
like, for everything?
He has planned
Yes.
A, B, C, D, and Zeta Alpha F.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking what?
You're one of those people. Holy crap.
I mean, it's not that I don't sit there and think about like what I want out of life.
What
but,
does
like,
thinking mean? What does thinking mean?
I'm not hearing myself think.
How are you thinking?
Man,
Holy fuck.
It tickles me how much Shock's getting bent out of shape about this.
Because I've met people like this and we've had the same conversation and I'm just like, what is wrong with
Like
you?
I feel like you guys think that I'm not thinking. I am.
We want to know how you think. We're
Yeah, but then what
confused.
happens to that thought?
yeah, how do you know
She doesn't
you're
know.
having-
She couldn't hear
How do
it.
you know you're thinking?
It's
Yeah.
not a tangible thing. So
See, this is what I was talking about earlier, though, when it comes
Yes.
to people not being able to understand how people who are different than them think. Like we are having the same trouble understanding exactly what it is that goes through her head in the same way that she was having trouble understanding how we do it, because again, it's alien, it's outside of our experience.
Yes, exactly.
I still say it's semantic. We're talking about the same thing, but describing it using different words. She chooses the word she uses. We choose the word we use. My point about the memory, you don't have a single memory that you wake up in the morning thinking you just heard happen. Someone screaming or fire burning somewhere, some traumatic event that you have to, and it's real as it could possibly be, but it's not real. You've never done that, not once.
I have a weird thing. I can't really eat shrimp because I think of cat hair. I can actually taste cat hair when I eat shrimp because I had a cat who loved shrimp so much, she would jump on the table and grab the shrimp with her paws. And so when we'd try to eat our food, we would have cat hair in our mouth. So now when I eat shrimp, I can actually taste cat hair in my mouth, but there is no cat hair in my Is that
Don't mention shrimp anymore. Yesterday I had to butterfly way too
now
many
I'm
fucking
thinking of
shrimp.
cat hair, bro. I taste cat hair in my mouth now.
Right now I don't want to hear the word shrimp. I
Hell,
really
yes,
don't.
I can. Why? Does that have something to do with
Fuck cats.
I gotta highlight that.
eating?
Yes, thank you.
We'll have
Tiff,
words.
I think people like Tiff are more instinctively driven, and they don't have to actually, they didn't have to train themselves to have that inner monologue because they just react on instinct.
Maybe that's why Tiff
But
likes cats, is because she thinks the same way as them. I don't know.
So you're talking about pretty
Cats
people.
don't have internal monologue.
I've read across a handful of these people that say they don't think in their head, that they think, and it's not anything that you can describe because the words don't exist or something. This is how they speak.
That's
They
it.
do exist because we have a metaphorical capability of describing things, and you are not utilizing your metaphorical capability. You're simply saying, no, I don't hear stuff. No, I don't see stuff. No, I don't smell stuff. But you can remember what things are and what things do and how they feel and all that stuff. You're just saying that you don't actually feel them. And we're saying that we can imagine how they felt when they happened and the noise that it made. Sure. And there's not noise. You can't listen to my head and hear me thinking, thank God. But it's still happening.
Yeah, you wouldn't like what you hear.
To describe it differently.
Yeah, use your metaphorics.
My
Tiff.
brain can hear Sydney Sweeney's titties jiggle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can feel
I think that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
You're
Is this
right.
also why I don't like philosophical conversations for the most part?
I
What?
think you're
What the hell do you hang
enjoying
out
this
with me?
one.
Why?
What do you mean? You definitely enjoy
So
those.
I don't like I do, but I don't. Because there's no point.
Please
to
elaborate.
because you
ma'am.
can't think.
Please.
Let me clarify
I
this.
don't understand at all. I've been more and more confused as the day has gone on.
Good.
That
If,
excuses
It's
the show.
okay.
I don't even.
does this mean I don't have headaches? That they're not actually real because they're not real. They're just a thought inside my head of pain.
I like
Yeah, but
that.
headaches have a source, usually physically somewhere.
Not for Gal. For Gal, they're
Wait,
just
does
a
Gal
thought
not
inside
get
her head.
headaches?
Wait, yeah. Is
Do you get
Gallon into
headaches?
headaches?
Paul, Shock, you and Paul are both from the same fucked up plant.
I can
What the
see
hell?
them.
Okay, but
jiggling
Sydney
too.
Sweeney's bags or Nancy's bags, really? Is this even a competition?
Sydney Sweeney all the
Like,
way.
come on.
I mean, one of them's attainable.
I'm not a fan of Sydney Sweeney, but definitely her bags over Nancy's.
Like,
yuck.
yeah, it's not even comparable, guys. Come
She's
on.
great.
Look, y'all.
Unfortunately,
Hold on,
Tiff.
Tiff didn't answer
Wait,
the
yeah,
question.
Gal, do you get headaches?
She
Sorry,
can
yeah.
answer the question.
What?
It's just a thought in her head, and it's not real. So there's
She
no
didn't
real-
answer the
That's not what
question.
I'm
Tiff
saying.
gives headaches.
I didn't. And
Doesn't
I
get headaches.
apologize. I did not know there was a question directed to me. Do
I
I
was
get
asking
headaches?
you
Yes, I
when
do.
you do you
You get
experience
headaches.
headaches?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, when you're experiencing headaches, what is hurting?
My brain.
Your brain has no pain sensors, no sensation whatsoever.
I didn't get that far in my anatomy class.
You see, here's the thing. She is refusing to acknowledge the central image of herself that exists inside of every single one of us. We're not actually people. We are little people driving a meat puppet.
Well, 'cause you have, like the nervous system.
She's littler
so
than
I
others.
presume it's through the
Well,
nervous
so
system.
it's
Isn't
your
that what
nervous
it is?
system telling your brain to calm down. Because sometimes if I think too much, I'll get a headache, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I need to do this today," and I'm like, "Oh my god, I literally can't think about what I need to do tomorrow because it hurts my head." It's your nervous system telling your brain activity to calm down, and your brain is active when it communicates with itself because that's what thinking is.
I don't disagree with that. There's still no sound.
Yeah, never said sound.
No,
Metaphorical
change
term.
that word. It's not sound, and you know it.
Yeah, it's semantic. I'm telling you, this
Imagining
is
it. It takes brain power to imagine. Is that better for you?
To imagine, because it's not.
But it takes
so
brain.
later. Let me ask you this. Later on, tomorrow, the next day, when you come across a situation where something about an internal monologue occurs to you, not in your internal monologue, but in a random instinctive function that you have in your skull, will you be able to imagine his voice saying what he just said?
Shocks.
How can you forget my voice?
Well, that's the thing. Like I'll remember it. Yes.
Yes. So if you heard that exact clip again, you would recognize it, correct?
If I heard it?
Yes. If we played it again on a stream later, you would recognize it because you remember what it sounded like, correct?
Well, if I'm replaying a stream, then I'm hearing it in that moment.
No, we're not going semantics here. I'm asking you a direct question. Will you remember what it sounded like so that you can recognize it later?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
How
it's a memory.
If you cannot
you can remember it.
the things. Yes, but I'm not saying hear it. I'm saying recognize it. You would recognize it, correct?
Yeah.
We already went over the song.
So you can remember what it sounded like, correct?
Yes.
Can you imagine the words as you would say them when you're thinking about, hey, I need to do the laundry? Do you just think laundry, washing machine, wash? I mean, or is it like I should get the laundry?
So when I go to do the laundry, I go do it.
Yes, I understand you go do it. We realize that you are a fully instinctive creature and there is no internal monster driving your brain. You've been many times.
I think so,
I gotta jump in
dude.
here. I gotta say this. I am thoroughly entertained. This was a great topic.
This is so good. This is the show. It's called Gals Not Human. Green-haired anti-human. I think I've met a dude who was like that, where I'm like, hey, so like you're reaching in your tool belt and you're like, hey, my pliers aren't there. You don't think to yourself, my pliers aren't there. What the heck? And he's like, the pliers aren't there. But you don't think to yourself, my pliers aren't there. And he's like, what do you mean think? They're just not there.
That's the ultimate test. Gal, what did you have for breakfast today?
Oh?
Coffee.
Okay, she actually had breakfast. There's this whole thing where it's like you ask people what they had for breakfast, and if they didn't, there's some people who can't visualize what it would be like if they were to have breakfast.
Hold on.
And that's what Shaka reminded me of.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, no, it still works, even with just coffee. Because can you remember what the coffee smelled like?
Ooh.
I mean, I know what coffee smells like.
That coffee, that one coffee, the coffee you had this morning, you know it smells like coffee, but could you identify your coffee from other coffees?
So the one from today specifically?
Yes.
The coffee that you drink regular, that you are familiar with, most familiar with. I'll make this as easy as possible. Your most desirable coffee, could you identify it next to other coffees in the world? Just random black roast, Arabica, you name it. But your coffee versus others, could you sniff it? I could, certainly. Can you?
Well, let's say you're a visual like thinker.
I was thinking you might be
you would remember the mug you used, if anything. Like, well, this morning I used this mug, and I visualize the mug that I always use. And that mug, when you think about that mug, you should be able to visualize the smell of coffee that you've had out of it.
And she's going to say, but she's not seeing it.
To take this in a slightly different direction, although I think Kay actually brought up a very interesting point about like if you haven't had breakfast, you have a hard time imagining what that breakfast would be. In this particular case that I'm bringing up, like when I am healthy, right? I don't think anything of it. I know I'm healthy. I feel healthy. You know, I know if I were to think about what being healthy feels like, I can instantly think of exactly what that feels like. But when I am sick, I cannot remember. I am incapable of remembering what being healthy feels like.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not
Bro,
fun.
So
I
terrifying.
felt that when I got a fucking flu shot, bro. I was dying and I didn't know what life was until I was out of that tunnel. It literally felt like I came out of a tunnel and I said, oh, this is life. I could breathe
It
out
sounds
of
a lot
my
like getting smacked.
bro. I wish I mean, well, anyway.
You wish you quit smack?
No. I wish it was.
Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake, Sam.
We're enemies. What?
Just in case, bro. I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't even know yet.
We're best friends.
I feel like we should watch the video now that we found it.
Oh yeah, the anti-woke dog is. This is how you
'Cause
make
it's
fun
great.
of progressive people.
Yeah.
Alright,
Devil's been
hold
very,
on.
very patient with us all.
I'll
Yeah.
try to pull
Sorry.
it back
This
up.
is why I wasn't really.
All right. I will settle the topic. I'm done. Gal, you're a real person. I actually believe you. Wink, wink. You're not an AI or a plant. You weren't assembled at YouTube headquarters out of spare parts just
What?
to get fight us.
What percentage of people are like Tiff, though? What
Only
percentage
the
of
pretty
people
ones.
make them up? Because I
There's-
know a person just like her.
There's no one like Tiff.
Is he? Is
I
he
actually
pretty?
haven't talked to him since we had that conversation. I'm not gonna.
All right. I'm gonna push play.
This is in response to the new norm, by the way.
Is it?
Is it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Go
did
back.
not know that.
Go back. Go back. Read the thing. Go all the way back. He literally. Exactly.
See,
That
and I
right
didn't
there.
know anything
Yes.
about the Dave Rubin thing, so I was
Yep.
like, I
There
didn't
you
know
go.
people asked you to do that. Like, what anti-woke shows are there for you to do better?
He is in
Interesting.
response
Guys
to
ready?
Dave Rubin. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, go for it.
Aw, the video's off.
Yeah, maybe want me to
There's a
share it
trans
instead?
genocide going on, and you're dancing?
Is
How
it
can
freezing?
you rest
Yeah,
when so
I'll-
many
I'll
people don't
share
have
it.
basic rights, like the ability
Pause.
to exist
Okay.
and be comfortable in their own
Hold on.
skin? This is violence. This is fascist code. No, listen to me.
Go ahead.
All right, go for it.
It became stop motion. It would have been
Yeah.
cool 30 years ago.
Let's go.
There's a trans genocide going on, and you're dancing? How can you rest
I
when
knew this
so
was
many
gonna come up.
don't have basic
Yeah.
rights, like the ability to exist and be comfortable in their own skin? This is
Fuck you,
violence.
bitch.
This is fascist code. No, listen to me.
Not gonna lie, this kind of slaps a little bit.
It's
It
so
does.
good. Yeah.
Why do you hate black people?
Oh shit. Oh man.
That was
Become a member at
perfect.
freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
But point
Man,
is,
Seamus, if you see this shit, like, bruh, fucking Vo, man, that was brilliant.
bravo. You know what's funny? When I followed him, it was a Trump cartoon, and I said I came to this realization. I was like, wait a minute. People who make fun of Trump are Trump supporters. Here's the thing. No. People who are actually funny when they make fun of Trump are actual Trump supporters. Like, people are much better at making fun of themselves than they are actually making fun of something they hate, because it gets too like activisty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great cartoon, though. It made me laugh today, and that's harder and harder to do these days.
It's counterculture. It's making fun of the culture. It's not a monologue preaching to you, hey, here's the news for the last 4 years. And don't forget to laugh at the end. Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That
The
sounds
new
like the
one was
Colbert Show.
bad. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. It is, dude. It really is.
Ugh. Colbert, I hate that dude.
I hate him
Isn't it
too.
funny when he used to have his show on Comedy Central and he was fake conservative and everyone thought that he was actually conservative, just, you know,
He was
humorous about
funny
it.
then, though.
Yeah. And
Because he
even when
likes
I was sitting there going, I don't think this
authoritarianism,
guy-
and Republicans were in charge at the time. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
He's
just
just
like
totally
power.
lost it.
Yeah.
All right. Caucasian Sasquatch. What do you want to talk about, man?
The overturning of Chevron deference.
Oh.
I want to know, do you think whether or not the overturning of Chevron deference will rein in the overreach of the various governmental entities that have been utilizing it to oppress the American people? Somebody's
You've bricked my Canadian brain. I'm just like, what, Chevron? Like the gas station?
No, it's
Alright,
essentially a thing that was
explain.
passed. Yeah, go ahead.
30 years ago, the EPA decided that they wanted to reinterpret one of their bylaws in their charter to include additional waterways that weren't previously in the law.
Oh, like
After-
native Chevron. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm getting that much.
Right.
Well, another thing too is usually like a corporation can find another company to audit them if they're following safety standards, but sometimes the government will say, fuck you, you have to come to us and use us to make sure that you're following the rules, which is more bureaucracy and taxes.
But that is also part of the whole thing where they've interpreted it that it means that. It's not actually written that way in the law or bylaws or charter of the organization in question, whether it's the DEA, the ATF, the EPA, or any other federal arm. Through Chevron deference, they were allowed to reinterpret their bylaws and charters however they wanted. After it's overturned, they are going to supposedly, in theory, they will be forced to administer and enforce law as it is written, not as it is interpreted. However, I want to know, do you think that the enforcement itself will actually change?
That's a hard question.
No.
Not right away.
Agreed. It will take a little while for the lawsuits to start falling through the Supreme Court so that it is forced into existence. And by the time that takes place, the federal government will have figured out another way to screw us over.
Yeah. It's like the government can undo its bureaucracy, and like it's not doesn't take much effort just to turn it back on.
The issue that came up, the problem here is that if let's use the ATF as an example. It applies to DEA, the CIA, any other federal thing. If like bump stocks specifically, the ATF decided a bump stock was a firearm. They interpreted it as a firearm because it is capable of mimicking a certain type of firearm, and so it became interpreted as being a machine gun because it can sound like a machine gun, right? That's total trash. None of that should fly in a court of law. There's no way.
Yeah, shouldn't. God, I don't know, because the government never wants to give up its power. So even though it's been shot down, will they? I don't know. And how are they going to try to get around it? They're going to
is by interpreting the bylaws and laws in the way they want to. They are essentially writing laws that were not passed by Congress. And if Congress didn't pass the laws, then the executive branch can't enforce laws that were never passed. That's not a thing.
Yep.
But excuse me, sorry. It doesn't mean they won't try to find ways around it. I mean, that's
I
what
said
government
they
does.
would. They certainly will.
Oh,
But
so
I'm
I
asking,
just
do you
don't-
think that through the overturning of Chevron deference, the lawsuits that will inevitably pile up here in like record time, because suddenly the Supreme Court will have to rule on all of these things that have come up. They're trying to use eminent domain because of natural waterways to shut down factories and solar farms in some places, just because it's near an ephemeral stream.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. Well, like, I forgot what it's called, but like when the government grades how green you're being, and they give you tax write-offs just to have all that energy shit that actually doesn't save you energy and all that crap.
Kay and Green are freaking like just in their own little space doing their own thing.
Hand
They're-
check,
Too
hand
tired
check,
for this.
ladies.
Y'all can
they're
talk, but
e-scissoring.
I can return.
Touching the tips. I can
I
tell.
know, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
wait.
saying.
Am I drunk or can you not let's make the pub gay in chat instead.
Yeah, you're drunk.
The
That's a normal
chat-
sentence.
No,
What?
it's not. I couldn't comprehend what I fucking said. Call me Tiff. I couldn't comprehend the word.
You like to comprehend shit. I just don't hear it.
No, there's just no sound. That's all it is. That's the only
That was
difference. There's no
way,
knowledge.
way too quick, Fractured. What the fuck? Good morning, by the way. Enjoy your
Greetings
coffee.
and salutations.
What?
Hey, Paul
Who's
finally
this
gets here.
guy?
Oh,
What
Another
the
one of Nancy's.
Do you have an
Tit
inner monologue?
Yes, absolutely. I
Oh,
wouldn't
thank
be a
God.
musician if I didn't have an inner monologue. How do you not have you know what? I actually heard this story like recently. Like someone's like, "Yeah, I don't have an inner dialogue." And I'm like, "How the fuck do you not have an inner dialogue?"
Just
If you're having
the
a
story, Paul. It
dialogue
was
is
on the
different. That
stream.
means you're crazy.
No, I know. I've been
No.
listening. I've been listening, and it drives me crazy. How do you not have it? You must be a crazy person.
first of all,
For not-
whenever the only reason that this topic came to mind, I can't remember what happened in the group chat.
But she
That
certainly
shocked them.
didn't hear it in her mind.
She did not hear it.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I was having a conversation with my brother and my roommate, and they were talking about like the inner monologue or whatever. And I'm like, what exactly is that? Like, are you talking to yourself in your head? I understand the words, but the concept was weird. And then Shock said something in the group chat, and it reminded me of it. And then it turned into maybe we should save it for tomorrow. type
What
of
did
thing.
I
I
say?
I can't remember. It was something.
She doesn't
Only
remember
I
because she never talks to herself.
Oh.
Isn't that a sign of being crazy if you talk to yourself?
Maybe,
Yeah.
No, only,
but
Yeah,
only if
I'll-
you answer yourself.
Out in public and out loud, yeah, that's crazy. But at
The
home in
Smith
your head,
Toes have outnumbered you, darling.
Hold on. If you're wearing an earbud, it's not nearly as crazy.
Oh.
That's true.
We used to
true.
cross
Yes.
the street to get away from people who were talking to themselves, and nowadays you wouldn't even notice.
just
it.
have
That's what people are
Yeah.
getting sad.
Put headphones in while reading a book.
or just pull a phone out and be like, "Yeah, so that guy was totally a fucking asshole,
Yeah.
right?" And you're just-
Now when you hear somebody walking talking to themselves, you have to like, do they have? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's.
Wait,
there's the
Paul's
earbud.
onto
Okay.
something. Gal, next time you have a thought, just put a phone to your head. Will you hear it?
Oh, wait, actually, we got that
I mean, if I speak
conversation.
it out loud,
No.
yes.
Because there
I was-
won't be any sound.
How the
She-
fuck do we
not
keep getting
hearing
back on this?
We had this conversation
Paul
because
came
I was talking about my first nightmare because Samuel posted something about something related to my first nightmare as a kid.
Oh yeah, and she was all like, "You can't remember dreams after like an hour," and I'm all like,
Yes.
"Bullshit! I still have
What?
dreams I remember
of us
for
can.
fucking years ago."
still
I-
have-
I remember dreams from like 10 years ago
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah, and
I
she said
was-
no. She called me a liar because I said I,
I
had a
was-
dream I could remember.
I mean, I was
clearly.
trolling you by saying that, but
Oh, you
Do you never
were?
have like
Oh.
reoccurring dreams? Like you would
No, no.
remember that.
Yes,
It's like, oh,
thank
I've had this dream
you.
more than once.
Oh no.
You want to know a funny reoccurring dream for anyone that's played F-Zero? I used to have this reoccurring dream where like, because in F-Zero, the fucking track would go up and down and then make a sharp turn. I had this reoccurring dream that like highways were like that, and my dad was driving, and he drove right off of one of the edges of one of these fucking F-Zero tracks, and that like I had that all the time. I don't know what it meant. I played too much F-Zero.
I used to have like Crash Bandicoot dreams where me and like my family would just fall down ditches, but it would be Crash Bandicoot.
How do you remember these freaking dreams?
All right,
Because we have internal dialogues.
Okay, yes! There we go. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Was wild.
Hold on. That'll be my category.
Hey, you don't even know.
Tell us your dream. Tell us the most dream that's
Kay's
most
not
vivid.
ready.
Remember. Go ahead.
Kay's not ready for my dream. Honestly, we have to wait till she's done not breathing.
It's just the Crash Bandicoot sounds.
It doesn't matter.
You have no idea what I'm about to say. You have no idea. You have
She's
no
just
idea
messing
the
with us. She
dream
can't
that I
lie.
had when I was 8 years old. Okay? We were driving in a car, but the back seat was backwards. So we're looking behind us for some reason. I don't know. And it was a Chevy Impala. I don't know why, but it was brown. Anyway, there is a man in an Elmo costume that's sprinting down the freeway chasing our car. He jumps up like he jumps up like a superhero.
Like Terminator 2?
Yeah, it's like Terminator 2. He jumps up and he starts punching me in the fucking face. And after the fourth punch, I wake up. I still remember that dream very vividly. I've been punched in the face multiple times, and I think of Elmo. It's fucking weird.
All right. Gal, what's your most vivid dream? And you can tell people about the one you had about me. It's okay.
I literally had this conversation.
So you have no dream, not a single dream in your whole life that you can harp back to.
I'm not talking about
you goddamn lizard person.
Other what?
The dreams that go along with feed the ducks.
You have had dreams.
Yeah.
Wet dreams are still dreams.
Yes, baby!
I'm not telling you about that.
Like I said,
Play,
you have my permission. Go ahead and tell them all about it.
Play feed the ducks.
She only has an internal monologue.
I won't blush much.
I'm not talking about him.
All right, Paul, go ahead and give us. You told us about the track one. Do you want that to count, or do you?
No, I actually have one more vivid dreams that a reoccurring one.
Okay, pause.
Oh yeah.
All right, pause.
It's recurring. It's not reoccurring.
Oh God!
No,
yeah, grammar
you.
Nazi. Fucking fuck grammar.
Reoccurring. That's not a word in the chat.
Did it occur? Yes. Did it occur again? Yes. It reoccurred.
Proper grammar for pussy.
Oh, teabag. Teabag, gal. Teabag.
Oh shit!
I held it back. That is not a word. It's not reoccurring. It's recurring.
Reoccurring.
No.
That's the word. Occurring again, repeatedly.
No.
The fuck are we talking about?
No.
What are we talking about?
No.
Alright, what we doing here?
Recurring.
See,
I
hate it. This is the same
Fuck
thing.
that
This
shit.
is exactly like what she's doing with the interior monologue. She's refusing to accept definitions as we've defined them, and then moving on with her life.
People have changed them because they didn't know the actual one, so it got changed to be more modern.
Does that matter? Does English not evolve? It evolves.
Matter.
Look at you know what's funny? Recurring. The definition of recurring. Occurring again.
To reoccur.
Gal,
repeatedly. Reoccur. Recur. Same shit, different words, no O. You just don't like the O. You don't like the O.
See, that's because she can't have an orgasm, because that would involve the interior monologue.
Every time you correct
full
someone's
circle.
grammar, whenever you correct my grammar, that's just your fucking headcanon.
Do you hear when you're like correcting people's grammar, like how the word actually sounds?
Yeah, there you go. There's some.
Sound.
The proper spelling.
She's got
How
her.
the fuck did we get back on this?
Check fucking page.
Wait, I don't.
Bye, devil.
He just did.
Look at me. This is our show now.
I am the internal monologue now.
I mean, I have the power.
Are you my con?
Answer the question.
I have the
Like if I'm
power.
reading it, no.
Oh.
But if someone says things like espresso, I correct them.
So what do you
verbally.
hear in your head when somebody says espresso? What do you hear?
I
She
mean,
doesn't hear. There's no sound.
Okay, what are
I
fucking
hear
words?
them
Okay, I'm
say
not a wordsmith here.
espresso.
And you think what?
I think
I mean-
espresso because that's the word.
How do you think espresso if you can't fucking hear it?
I
Metaphorically speaking.
How do you think it if you can't hear it?
This
What
conversation is
is thinking,
reoccurring.
There you go. This conversation.
This is fucking Groundhog's Day or some shit. Like I just keep reliving the same conversations over and
Okay,
over again.
okay. I do apologize. I did not mean to say that it's not a word. It's not the word that you were
They're
saying.
both interchangeable.
Stop
Yeah.
distracting
What?
her. Answer
Okay,
Page's
okay.
question.
Wait, hold up.
Tell me
hold
the
up.
difference,
You wanna-
Gal. Go ahead.
It
Tell me the
literally
difference.
was just pulled up by Flame Mage.
All right, Flame Age. It's happening again, reoccurring.
Does
It
it
happens
matter?
regularly. What's the difference between those two sentences? It's happening again.
The same
It
thing.
happened. Okay, yeah, I would have the dreams would happen again. Yes, so reoccurring.
happens
It would happen
regularly.
It happens again
Constantly.
and regularly.
She's
It's
getting so
both.
upset. Camera's glitching.
It's
If
both
helps,
are.
They're
if it helps at
similar.
all, Devil, I did put in the private chat the meme that I posted that started this entire thing in the chat the other day.
You need to answer Kay's question.
Yeah, go ahead. Answer the
What was
question.
your question? Sorry.
When you're correcting somebody, you
Oh,
see
I-
the word that they're saying,
Oh no.
and then you correct how they spell it.
Why are you doing
How do you do
this
that?
to me?
I don't see the word when I'm correcting.
Leave
Well,
my
okay,
face
fine.
alone,
Read it.
Elmo.
Right.
Yes. I'll see what they said.
It had
and then
to
I'll
be
type out.
Elmo.
Okay, Paul. What
What?
was your damn dream?
Oh yeah, so the dream that would reoccur.
Holy shit.
Anyways,
This is the best dream ever.
it's just the same thing of you ever have that dream where you're trying to run but you're in slow motion, and then I would always
I hate those.
I know you're trying to run away from someone and it's like you're slow mo, and then every time I always did this in my dream. I would fucking Raiden, remember Raiden's move from Mortal Kombat where you go he'd dive
Yeah.
at you.
Mhm.
I do that move, or just a general Superman move, and I would just like glide really
Do you know
slowly.
why you have those dreams?
No, but why did I glide at the very end? Because
That means you're cheating. If you're running, if you can't outrun the thing you're dreaming, it means you're lying to yourself, but you don't want to admit it to yourself.
Oh God, you're such a
Hmm.
hippie.
That's so.
You're
Why?
interpreting.
This got
dreams.
so intense.
Actually,
Yeah, I just ruined
that's
Kay's
not
life.
Dream interpretation handbook, bro. Like
Yeah.
I've read
Yeah.
that very
Do you read
thing.
tarot cards too?
I fucking hate tarot cards. I don't care about my birthday or what. People
Do you-
can guess what month I was born. You're a fucking witch.
Do you have crystals?
No, I hate crystals. I hate that. shit.
Depends on what kind of crystals they are,
Here's the
because
thing,
some
all
of them
that is
smell
ain't
like
shit.
shit.
gobbledygook bullshit. Your dreams is you actually communicating with your inner self. Like that is actual evidence of
Alright.
you actually trying to tell yourself something subliminally.
That's why she tried to caveat her dreams. That's why she refused to discuss them, is because
Oh
that's
my
the
god.
position. She simply said, "I won't discuss those because I can't fight
She's
that."
a prude.
It's because
What?
all her
she's
dreams
a prude.
all her dreams
Yeah,
involve
if you
feed the ducks.
Internet about my dreams that I do remember. Okay.
How do you remember them?
We're not going back to how she remembers them. Fuck that.
It doesn't
Shut
matter
the fuck
what
up,
the
Shock.
dream is.
Oh,
It doesn't
I
matter
swear
what
to
the dream.
God.
If you can remember the experience, that is part of your internal monologue. Even if you don't want to acknowledge it, it's there.
So I have a different kind of internal monologue.
I'm not saying you're just like everyone else. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying that you are taking a very, very literal interpretation to a very metaphorical conversation, and it makes it almost impossible to have the conversation.
Hey,
right?
Kay, how about that dream of yours?
You guys are gonna think I'm psycho because my dreams are either like nice, like, oh, James and I went on a date here type dream, or I'm in Hotline Miami and I'm like murdering people.
I
So
want
it's
your
one of
dream.
those.
That sounds great.
Yeah, with the soundtrack and everything, it's fucking great. Hotline Miami
Oh,
soundtrack, just pumping in,
man.
going through doorways, boom. Oh, it's fun. Or I'm at Wendy's with James eating a Frosty. It's fucking weird.
Did you get nuggies with the Frosty?
Of course.
What
Not
the
only will
hell?
not get
I
you-
want good dreams. What is this?
It's great.
Do you guys always dream?
No.
I actually remember my latest
Yes?
vivid dream. Could you interpret what this means? I had a dream recently where I was back at like my childhood, like my neighborhood that I grew up in, but like years have passed and like the ground has shifted. Shit's like there's puddles. Some of the things like there's hills now, and like the earth has shifted, and the neighborhood looks. It's the same, but it's different, and like some of it's underwater now.
I've had those dreams too, dude.
This was the first one for me. This was not reoccurring.
Really?
This was the first time for me, and
Yeah,
it was
I don't
super
know.
vivid. It was like last week too, and I was like, "Whoa, that was."
Oh, you're just thinking
dream?
about your past, you know. You want to think about the old stomping ground that you were born in, you know.
And it is aged. I don't know. I mean, I actually
It's
still
gone.
live.
It's gone.
No, I still.
weird.
It's weird because I actually still live in that same neighborhood, so it's not
Oh,
like.
that's weird. I don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
only
okay,
it
yeah.
was really weird when Paul woke
Do
up.
you
and
live in an
figured I
ancient-
wet the bed, so I mean,
Is
that's
it
when it
just
got
me, or
weird.
did Scotch just turn into?
Yeah, he
Turn into a
became a
woman?
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
Busted.
Where are the
Extremely.
boobs?
I'm gonna.
So, Kay, you said yes to that. So, like every time you sleep, you dream.
I can remember most of my dreams, so I'm gonna
And
say
haven't you-
yes. I mean, like, there might be one day a week where I'm like, did I dream anything? I don't know, and then I move on. But yeah, for the most
Interesting.
part.
So, like last night, you had a dream.
yeah.
Interesting.
Not
don't remember
everyone
if I had a
dreams
dream.
that much. And if you smoke marijuana, you're less likely to dream and remember it. Not only does it affect
Really?
short term, it affects your ability to actually have a dream.
That's actually true, but I am one of the exceptions because I smoke weed all the time and I remember all my dreams.
Oh,
Okay.
Tolerance
That's
is also
fun.
a thing, bro.
been there.
We can do a dab and we'll discuss it.
Well, let's go.
Watch. What
Is it-
do you have a dream that's vivid? That you
Okay,
remember?
I have one extremely vivid dream from when I was very young, and it is an experience that I had that I misinterpreted when I was there experiencing it, and then later dreamed it, not realizing what I was misinterpreting. Okay, is anybody here over 40?
I am.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, the old bro.
You will remember when the McDonald's started opening nationwide and they did the grand opening celebrations. The Fry Guys, the Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald would
Grimace.
show up, and the original Grimace. Do you remember the
What?
original 6-armed Grimace?
Yeah,
Six
we had this
arms?
conversation before Squatch. Yeah, I do
Yes.
remember that.
Yes. Okay.
You-
The
You don't
original
know, Shock. Why? Grimace is a fucking cosmic horror entity.
What? You're
Oh, yeah.
Grimace?
Yes.
No, I'm not Grimace. He's somebody else.
You're a Grimace, bro.
He's a totally different cosmic horror. But Grimace had
No.
6 arms, and I went to the grand opening in my little small town, and I was perfectly cool with all the other characters, but Grimace freaked me out and freaked out all the other kids that were there, and no one would eat that at that particular McDonald's that day.
Was
None of
it the
kids-
arms or the purple
It was the
blobness?
6 arms. Part of it was the fact that one of his arms was the top arm on the left side or whatever.
Grimace.
And the other one was like 2 stiff arms, and then 2 of the arms at the bottom would move. And so he had like, it was really disconcerting. And I didn't understand what I had seen. And I had this nightmare reoccurringly.
Hey, trigger warning! I'm about to show Grimace, so don't go freak out on us.
Oh no,
I
I'm
found
good.
it. I found it.
All right, is it showing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that is
That's the
creepy.
OG Grimace.
Yeah, I
That's
found
the
that.
nightmare that I experience in my dream.
It's fucking
I
dermy.
still have this nightmare to this day. Occasionally, I will wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat because that thing tried to hug me so it could make me into a Happy Meal.
Oh my.
That is scary.
They redesigned Grimace to have a normal 2 arms and not freak kids out, right? That's part of second.
I
Because
still
of you.
think he's still freaky looking, bro. I
He's
don't know.
Yes, he's still freaky looking. But do you know what the Grimace actually is?
What is he?
He's that ugly face, that grumpy face you get when your stomach growls and you're hungry. It's the Grimace.
Oh.
We're dropping way too deep into like fucking McDonald's lore and shit.
I
It's
love
like,
it.
Great.
I'm
bro.
loving it.
This is awesome.
I
Okay,
was there,
Sam.
man. I lived it. You weren't there. You don't know.
No,
How
I don't even
was
remember that at
it,
all.
bro.
Sam, do you have a dream that's haunted you for years?
I don't know about haunted. So I've had awful nightmares since I was very, very, very young. Most of them I don't remember, probably for good reason. There was a period in my life where everybody dreams, whether you remember it or not. There was a period in my life for about 20 years where I didn't remember having a single dream that entire time, because some of these were pretty bad. I think the tamest one I can remember from my youth, I was probably 5 or 6 years old. It's pretty basic bitch shit, but it was a nightmare. I was just going around everywhere, and something was wrong, and no one would tell me what it was. And my mother was dead, and no one would tell me where she was or what had happened or anything like that. Every time I asked, I got the brush off. And I mean, that was the one that it probably stands out, and that's one of the tame ones. So yeah.
Do you know how long you have to sleep to like it be possible to have a dream? Because I run off of like 3-4 hours sleep a lot, and I can visually, like, every time I have a dream, I remember it. But if I have to like sleep 3-4 hours, I can clearly know that I didn't dream.
People don't know this, but you actually only dream for about like, I think 10 minutes.
Yeah, I did know that.
It seems like
most
reoccurs
dreams
you
are less
at
than
the
30
end.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems like it's hours and hours and hours. It's not. Your
No,
brain
it's
just
not. Yeah.
time
works
runs differently when
in the
you're
mind.
when you're sleeping. God, I have a lot of dreams that I remember pretty distinctively. Do you want the really old one, or do you want the one that's the most fucked me up the most?
The
I
most
want the one
Which
where
one
you,
are your pants on in?
yeah, that's one.
I had pants on in all of them. I never had the naked dreams.
I want to hear about the one where you went to
never-
work and dressed up in your favorite sports team. That's the one I want to hear.
What? No, one has Captain Kirk and one has a mummy. So there you go. Choose.
Let's go with the
between those
mummy
two.
one, because Captain Kirk.
Mummy?
I wanted to be Captain Kirk. You know it's gonna bounce.
Okay, I got
play
two
feed the
mummies,
ducks again.
one Captain Kirk. No, it's nothing sexy about. No.
Don't lie.
Okay,
Don't lie.
so
You're lying to us.
no, seriously, no, it's scary.
Okay,
scary,
yeah,
scary
John.
dreams stick in my head more than the other was. Okay, I was a kid, and my family we lived in this like big mansion type thing in the dream, and there was this mummy, and it looked almost like a stick figure, kind of like it was just round. It had no like shape to it, and it was unstoppable. And that's what kind of fucked me up, was no matter what I did to it, no matter how I tried to kill it, I couldn't stop it. And it had no teeth. It just had like a mouth that was like
Nice shape.
and so I woke up one night in the dream, went into my sister's room, and her bed was covered in blood. The thing had gummed her to death, because it doesn't, like I said, it had no teeth. It couldn't bite you. So when it bit you, it was just like gumming you. It was like that. It never. And so it was this unstoppable kind of thing that you just, it could kill you, but I don't know what freaked me out about it, but like I literally chased the thing all over the fucking world in this dream, trying to find ways to kill it, and I couldn't stop this
a
fucking
movie plot that is your dream. except it's Meth Gator, a love story.
What? What? Meth Gator.
Meth Gator. You've heard of Cocaine Bear. You've heard of amphetamines.
So the gator loses his teeth because of the meth, and so he gums people to death. Is that what
essentially
he finds love? He finds love at the end.
He doesn't kill anyone. He has been trained by the meth cook to chase people around, and so they're doing an adventure weekend, right? And the couple, it's a love story. Remember, it's a love story, but it's also done as a slasher horror with a body count. And these people go on an adventured vacation where they're going to go tour the Everglades. And when they get there, they are constantly witnessing, like out of the corner of their eye, people getting snatched off docks and out of boats by this gator. They catch glimpses of it, but never a direct view, right? And they go through the whole freaking adventure. And then at the end of it, when the guy drives the airboat into the village and they finally get back safe, they find everyone that has been eaten by the gator safe and sound. And they're like, but I saw you get eaten. And he's like, no, meth heads don't have teeth.
I ain't got teeth.
10 out of 10.
Right?
Would watch
better
again.
than Velocipriest.
You have Sam's
Velocipaster.
He's all into this.
Pastor is great.
Dude, I watched a movie a couple days ago that was called it was called Slaughterhouse.
That's a good one.
It's about a three-toed sloth in a sorority just fucking murdering people.
Go to Amazon, look up Theory Off the Wall.
Right. The Lord
Sam put that in the chat, and of course Gal had to like literally grammar correct the freaking poster.
Headcanon.
All right, we
Wasn't
have
that
time
bad?
for
Wasn't
one
that
more
bad?
topic. Who's gonna take it? We have Sam hasn't done his, Kay hasn't done hers, and
I have
Paul.
no idea. I
Okay,
have
so
no
Paul,
topics.
get
Unless
the
you guys
hell
want to
outta
talk about
here.
that secret OnlyFans thing, but no.
Oh, you're secret OnlyFans?
No.
So
It's not about my
I'm
cakewalk.
not subscribed.
so who wants to take it? I mean, we would have had more time, but we
I'll
spent
take you.
an hour and a half on that. Gal is a freak.
Whoever's
So-
next, say.
You
wanna
you have to rename the show, bro.
I want to talk about internal dialogue. So,
No.
About
Paul
that.
did come
Look,
late.
we're not going to
So-
tread that ground again. But Kate,
We
if you
can't.
have something that you'd like to talk about, you can go for it. I do have a topic,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
wanna talk about some
a
games.
little out there.
I mean, I'm not
love
like
it.
super passionate about this topic, but I was going to bring up Boogie.
oh yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I felt like that would be a fun discussion after the week that
I
we
just
all
found out
had.
about that
Why
shit
is
today.
anyone shocked?
I've been
That's
so
Yeah.
disconnected. I'm not 100% sure, but did he lie about having cancer? Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay,
Well, that's
let
what
me
we're trying to
hear.
figure out.
So
A
he has
cancer
some.
on the internet lied about having cancer and is now
Exactly.
literal cancer.
Yes. He's not lying. He's an actual cancer. So he
Yes.
basically has a disease that's cancer-like, but he said it was cancer. Then his doctor was like, no, I didn't say it cancer, dude. You have this disease." And
It's
then
like
he
a
like,
blood disease.
yeah,
Yeah,
he, like refuses to.
What it was, I don't remember what the actual disease's name was, but the specific cancer has Vera at the end, and the thing he has does not. And what it means is that he overproduces red blood cells, which is not a bad thing. It's it's not going to harm him in the long run. With the cancer part of it, then it starts like
Can be a bad
mutating
thing.
and eating itself. But yeah, it's like it's very survivable what he has. But he went and told everybody for 2 fucking years that he had cancer. And then Destiny and a couple of other people fucking just exposed the shit out of him the other day.
Well, so it has no real quick. It has no danger, but if you're overproducing red blood cells, can't that thicken your blood to the point you have a heart attack or
That's not
something?
the issue.
Yeah.
The issue
But we
is
technically don't know still, because the whole crux of this is he refuses to show his medical records, which tell us whether or not he has cancer, even though he's completely used this online to milk people for crypto and all sorts of other things. He's used
But
it like for
apparently he
years.
showed Keem, and Keem said he's full of shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. And like Medicare confronted him, and Medicare also has like a bunch of cancers and everything. And he's like, here, this is how you can show it without putting in any personal information. Medicare, the person who's like the most anonymous on the internet ever, is giving you advice, and you're still like, no, I don't want to show this.
That's Boogie. What were you saying, Gal? Sorry.
Would you care if he was telling the truth? Let's be honest.
That's what I'm asking.
I'd never
What's
heard of
more
Boogie
accurate?
until this morning, to be honest with you. I've just
What?
been
You
kind
didn't know about Boogie?
Wow.
He's been on the internet
I don't
forever.
care
He's a
about a lot of these
OG.
fucking drama tubers, man.
He's an
It's- I
OG
don't.
YouTuber, dude.
He's, like,
He's
very
I
OG.
barely know who
Yeah.
Star is.
Sam, you remember when I told you needed a lolcow?
Alert.
You need to go find your own personal lolcow to milk, and you just sat there dead silent. I was like, a lolcow, man, and you're like, I don't want to. I was
Yeah,
like,
man,
Yeah,
it's called
that's
Dermy.
exactly it.
Devil loves cows.
Ugh, shut up.
My
We
favorite's
don't
DSP.
speak of
so-
cows or shrimp on this show.
Yeah, I like DSP.
Ah.
I kind of like Ethan Ralph myself.
I don't get the DSP obsession personally.
Oh
Big
my God.
quarter.
It's
He's
the
a
best.
fan of
The
that.
quarter.
Oh,
is
I get
good
the
too.
lol cow stuff. Like I've been around the internet for a long time, but DSP, it's just like I've seen so much worse than DSP.
Oh yeah. No, that's why,
so
because
tame.
he's in the
So
sweet spot
tame.
of. He's not
Very
in the
tame.
sweet spot where it's a tame, but it's just like it's the arrogance. He's a case study. That's where I'm like I don't know how his brain works. This is what
Are
the
Are you familiar with Ethan Ralph?
Dude, DSP has the mind of a Florida Karen. Like, it's insane. You think that people are gonna believe this shit that he tells
I'm
you?
sorry. That's if you get caught on camera jerking off, you kind of
That's
automatically.
the
get
only time I've ever
moniker of-
respected him. That's the only time I've ever
of a lol
respected
cow.
him.
It
That's
just
the most
gets
honest
tagged
thing
on
he's
you.
ever did on YouTube.
The worst part about that dude is he didn't even clean up. He immediately
Oh.
ejaculated. He realized he was live and just starts playing video games. Like, what a fucking chat.
No, I'm
elephant.
I'm team no load. He looked frustrated, couldn't
He
finish,
didn't
just
do it.
and leans right over. I'm team no load.
No, which is more embarrassing, to be honest. I
don't know. I never watched it all the way through. I just heard about it, so I don't know.
Can we play the clip? No.
Sweet.
Play the clip. I don't want
just to show Devil. It's an iconic moment in history.
Can we give everyone else the context that I told you to watch Mulholland Drive? I was on Paul's channel a few days ago, and there's a scene in there where Naomi Watts masturbates, and he thought of DSP.
Right away. All I could think of is
You got a scene of a girl flicking a bean, and you fucking think of DSP, dude.
because it was
What's
so
wrong with
you, dude?
It was so similar. It was exactly the same thing. It was like,
No, sir. No, sir. This is a you problem, not an us problem.
Yeah, don't drag me.
Yeah.
I would never see a girl doing something to go, DSP.
I know nothing's going on. It's a dang movie.
Yes. What if she was like,
what the hell, man?
I like how Kay just kind of outed you right there.
I don't care. I'm
It
proud
was
of that. That was
public.
funny.
We had this. We did a stream.
It's hilarious. Naomi Watts totally DSP'd in fucking
God.
Mulholland Drive.
It's like so like the last person I would think of when I see Naomi Watts.
That's right. No objection here. That's totally what happened.
All right,
Plus
guys.
Naomi Watts,
Are you
I
kidding
thought
me?
the other
No,
chick in the
shut-
movie's hotter.
No
Are
way.
you really gonna bring this up, man?
She needs
What?
some weight. I'm an
Yeah,
ice
she's too thin. I don't like thin blonde chicks.
Go ahead and show it,
Big
Sam.
King Kong
Uh,
does.
Let me tell you how I pick them chicks at a bar.
There we go. This all right, and then pull up the scene from Mulholland Drive. Look, fuck this shit. We're doing side by side comparisons.
Right, Paul.
Why he looks like he's having like a fucking stroke?
That's Team No Load. That's Team No Load. He doesn't finish. He's frustrated. Look at that frustration. Oh, I can't do it.
I can't do the play-by-play, man. That's fucked up.
Okay,
Oh.
we've seen enough of this. I don't want to see the whole thing. Please.
What are we
God,
trying to
stop
figure
it.
out if he coomed or not?
Yeah,
No.
I'm Team No Load.
Personally,
I don't think he did.
I never want to see that again. Ever.
I don't think that man goes into
Here's
any
the line.
completion.
Oh, camera's on. That?
Hello.
Didn't even know.
Just play game.
Oh, I
Guys,
love
that's so
it.
That's a good question. Was it as good for you as it was for me?
No.
It's fantastic.
All right. Let's close this down. I gotta hit the bell.
Shamefully
Jesus Christ.
close the show.
But before we go back onto inner monologues, Last
What do you think
call.
DSP was visualizing while he was,
Naomi Watts.
Nope.
No.
It
Super
obviously
chat.
the
Sorry, I'm
nation
done.
would be later.
Super chats. That's what he was thinking about.
Super
Yeah.
chats. Hogan. Hulk Hogan. It was Hulk Hogan.
All right. First up, Paul. What are you gonna be doing this week? Where can people find you, man?
Check me out over on YouTube's at Paul Hadouken. Tomorrow is Saturday, which means it's Company Boys Day. We get together and play video co-op games with DJ Access and Insidious Bliss, and we're playing some Remnant 2 tomorrow morning at noon Central Time, 10 a.m. for you West Coast fuckers. And then Sunday is finally the day where we play Halo 3. It's me, Insidious Bliss, Nerdy Neo, and Dude1286 finally jumping into Halo 3. So we're going to do some gaming this weekend. And maybe more gaming during the week. And Wednesdays, book club. We just had an awesome episode last week with the Melees, talking some movies, talking Mulholland Drive, David Lynch's confusing movie where he put Naomi Watts to do a DSP. Interesting choice.
It's a great movie. Don't even.
It's okay. But you know
We're
what?
gonna start bickering again. I'm not even gonna.
That's why I like talking about it, because when we talked about it, you guys brought up good points, and I'm like, okay, I could kind of see that now.
TLDR, I hated Paul's movie. Paul hated my movie.
Yes, but she only hated it because British people and you can't understand them, and I hated it because David Lynch lies to you for 2 hours and then fucking tells you what the real story is in the last 30 minutes. But I digress. If you want to hear the full conversation, check out my channel, The Last Book Club, and next book club we'll be talking some music, and hell yeah, and then back here on Fridays for some more pubs. That's it.
Nice. Next up, green-haired anti-liberal. Where can people find you? What you be doing?
Go there. I'm really, really tired.
If only you could have a conversation with yourself on why you stayed up all night with us.
Hello, I am
Shock. Drop it. We're trying to get out of here.
I'm Gal's internal dialogue.
Why the fuck am I here? Shock's such a fucking idiot. I want to go to bed. These are things that.
Good night, Shock. Go ahead.
I'll continue.
No, you should catch me on Sam's channel at 4 Mountain Time. Today, 4 p.m. if I'm awake and not dead to the world. And then Thursdays, Cooking the Books, where I read your book list to you so you don't have to, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursdays. That's me. And then Ballbusters, of course, on Fridays at 9 p.m. Yep, that's me. Sorry, I'm flagging.
GG's.
Yep, and then she should be here next week unless she finds another excuse. Next.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Next up, Kay. Melee K, where are you going to be and where can people find you?
I am Melee K, one half of Melee Games. The other half was in chat earlier, but we will be doing Steam Roulette on Sunday, so the wheel will decide what games we're playing. That's always a fun time. Tuesday, we're going to be doing a Halo night. We've got a multiplayer session going right now. We only have 2 spots left, so it's going to be at least 14 people playing Halo on Tuesday. It's going to be really fun. If you want to join in the fun, just join the Melee Games Discord, and we'll add you to the list of people that want to play. And then the other thing that's happening next week is I am unfortunately being subjected to 10 minutes of raw off. Now, you might not know what that is. Oh, Shotgun knows what that is. There you go.
Best game ever.
Wait, pretty much out of spite. For those who don't know, whenever we get tipped $100, you can force me to play 10 minutes of this really shitty shovelware game. And Wait got mad at me for not knowing what a whiskey was today, so he's like, I'm going to force you to play Raw-Off. So that's what I'm doing at sometime next week. Last time we played Raw-Off, James duct taped me. So I don't know what's going to happen this week. We'll see. But that will be on our channel at Melee Games. You can find us all over the internet.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Next up, we have Shaka Zulu. What are you going to be doing this week, and where can people find you, man?
Yeah, so I'm a bit behind on the boogie stuff lately. A lot of the big details. So Static's doing a stream tomorrow around probably 1 or noon or so Pacific time, 3 p.m. Central, I would say. I think he's going to start streaming on Saturdays. And I'm probably going to be on that show a lot. We're just going to talk a lot of internet drama and talk about Boogie. So, yeah, I'll be on his stream. That's Static 2020's channel. I'll be there tomorrow. Good show, everybody, and cheers, as always.
Cheers.
Next up, we have Caucasian Sasquatch. What are you going to be doing this week? Where can people find you?
It wasn't me. Actually, yeah. Okay, so sometimes I'm on a Bills and Musings with Sam whenever he gets around to it. Sometimes I'm on Screaming into the Void whenever he gets around to it and remembers me. Let's start at the beginning. On Sundays, for Captain Curmudgeon, I produce a show called The Blast Radius. It's sort of like not necessarily the news, but with far less talented people. On Tuesdays, I produce a show for AJOT's Corner, American Justice of Texas, where we go over interrogations, police footage, bad shoots, and various other things like that, creepy stuff, whatnot. It's called it's called The Naughty Corner.
Amir still hasn't heard about that, so I can't wait.
So anyway, we use I'm sorry. It's called AJOT's Naughty Corner. We just call it The Naughty Corner. And that's what we do that night. Once a month, I do something called the YouTube Slave Class, where I bring in all kinds of creators from all kinds of different parts of YouTube, monetized, non-monetized, new YouTubers, old school YouTubers that are using new channels that they don't want to be recognized because they actually have monetized channels that, anyway, don't want to be associated with me. But these people get together and we discuss some generally YouTube topic like icebergs, rabbit holes, red pills, blue pills, the very basic YouTube stuff. And we also largely discuss how to go about creating better content, creating better videos, any types of tricks or tips about monetization or terms of service or explanations, that kind of stuff. The whole idea is to help people become monetized. Is there anything else, Sam? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Did you get Blast Radius yet?
That's Sunday. That's the first one I started with, the Blast Radius. That's Captain Curmudgeon.
Okay, then I got nothing.
Oh, wait, no. Then I do my own show where I interview YouTubers. It's called Sasquatch Shields. All of this starts on 8 p.m. Eastern on whatever night it happens to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that covers it.
Well, thank you for coming, being a guest.
I haven't seen yet, but I certainly will, looking at you, sir.
Oh.
You sweet
I'm
talker.
glad we're on the same page.
There had to be.
Next up, we have Sam. What are you going to be doing this week? Where can people find you, man?
Okay, so as previously mentioned by a couple of other people on here who are also on these panels with me, I run a couple of live streams on my own channel, Samuel the Infamous. I'm the only one on YouTube. Type it into the search bar. It'll come right up. Abyssal Musings, which we do on Friday nights, which I actually did about a half hour. We finished about a half hour before we started this show. And then Screaming into the Void, 4 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturdays. So that'll be in about 13 hours, give or take. Where we get into it with, we talk about politics, we talk about metaphysics, we talk about whatever the hell comes up, whatever we feel like. You can also find me moderating and running the back end for Amira over on Exiled Lioness 2, which is the original home of the Naughty Corner. I would like to point that out. Whenever she goes live. And then you can find me on Adam the Renaissance Nerd's channel for Mellow Mondays on Mondays with Devil most of the time. And other than that, I pretty much cut down on everything else. I might pop up on other stuff like in a temporary capacity, but that's the permanent weekly shit. So yeah. Oh, and right here at the pub.
Thank you for being here to all my panelists. As far as me, geez, yeah, I will be on Mellow Monday this week. I will try to do a wrong think on Tuesday, and hopefully, if I can get, okay, I'm starting a show. It's gonna be videos called Devil's Angels. This was a stupid idea because I chose 3 girls to be my co-hosts to do the show with me. And
silly man.
yeah, trying to get 3 girls to get on a time schedule is fucking impossible.
You just got to get him to sync up, dude.
Yeah, that's
One doesn't
hard
even
work.
have an internal monologue. How are they going to say?
But oh yeah, especially when one doesn't have internal monologue. But hopefully this Monday we will finally get the first episode done. I will give it off to Bug. Bug will cut it, snip it, and
Is it
send it
time
out.
to tell you I can't make it up?
Good.
I'm kidding.
Oh God, you're trying to kill me. I'm gonna freaking
Just a little.
go. I've got a pool out there. I'll go fucking drown myself. I swear it's. Yep. I'll just go out there and just start
I'm gonna wrap the pool
You
noodle
know,
around
it's
my neck.
relaxed commitment. He'll go out there, lay down, and sit in the sun, and it'll be great. He'll forget all about it. He'll be fine.
No, I'm gonna go fucking drink chlorine water till I pass out. No, but and then of course back here to the pub next week. Hopefully my schedule at work changes at some point. I'll be able to get back to the shows that y'all have seen me on. Hopefully Sam's show, Screaming to the Void. I'd love to get back to that, and I would love to get back to Ballbusters. Unfortunately, don't know when it's going to happen, so just keep a lookout. Do subscribe, hit the like button, follow all that shit. Not just me, but all these people, they are in the description. And thank you to the chat for hanging out with us and having a conversation, especially this late. And we will see you guys hopefully next week.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Stay soggy.
Fuck you, Dermy. Stupid idiot.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Look at that fat bitch.
I wish we could live together now.
Go open a gay OnlyFans.
Can he hear his thoughts?
It does this, but it never ends. I don't know. It does this to me each time.
We're still live.
It does.
I hit it. Why is it not?